It's time for Bearcat football. With your announcers, Larry Dean Mitchell and the Swift one, Buddy Swift. This broadcast of Bearcat football is sponsored by A1 Superstop, Big World Pharmacy, Booneville Community Hospital, Booneville Family Medical Clinic, Century 21 Fitzgerald Olson Real Estate, Community National Bank, Connie's Gifts, First Western Bank, Mazzio's Pizza, Regions Bank, Skinner Hardware, Smee Drugstore, Tyler Ford, Winchell's Electronics, and the Booneville Development Corporation. Please shop these sponsors of Bearcat football.
And a very pleasant good evening, everybody. Larry Dean Mitchell along with the Swift One, so-called.
Yeah.
Mena, Arkansas. This is Bearcat Stadium South, buddy.
Yes, it is.
Two sets of Bearcats tonight.
Now, what did you tell me coming in? It's going to be a what?
It's going to be a barn burner?
No, that wasn't what you said. Now, listen, you said
Well,
it was
I'm old.
about a lead pipe.
A lead pipe cinch. Yeah. I made you a bet that the Bearcats would win tonight.
That's right, and it was a lead pipe cinch.
And the
now,
only
I'm going to have to question you on that as to exactly what that means and where you picked that one up.
The only thing I can see wrong with this field is that they painted the cat head in the center the wrong color.
That is true.
It's red and black. It should be gold and purple.
That's right. Bearcat Stadium South.
Oh, this is a beautiful night for football, everybody. Not your customary hot, humid weather, at least for the first or the opening Friday night of football in Arkansas. It's kind of a nice breeze blowing outside, not as humid as it could be. Humid, but not as humid as it could be.
Kind of typical of what we've had this summer.
And
really
we
nice
are
weather.
anticipating a magnificent game tonight, folks. The Booneville Bearcats, from whom much is expected this year, practically everybody back from last year, a team laden with sophomores. Those sophomores are now juniors, buddy, with a year of experience under the belts.
Exactly.
They'll be back next year, and everybody has high hopes for the Cats this year.
Well, actually, we're returning back. Booneville is returning back 7 offensive starters, which that's a luxury. That's a luxury thing as far as a AAA school is concerned, to be able to get that many starters back. Booneville not only returned starters back on their offense, they also returned some good ones back. And I'm just going to go over a couple. And who can forget about Jeremy McDonald? Jeremy McDonald is back. All-state halfback. Jeremy McDonald last year carried 108 times for 1,158 yards. Along with that, 18 TDs. So to say that Jeremy McDonald is a successful, very capable, very talented running back is an understatement, I believe. Also this year, we saw some glimpses of brilliance last year of Daniel Shaw at fullback, and we've got Daniel Shaw this back. However, I did hear that he was suffering a bit from a pulled groin injury. We'll have to see what happens and if he'll get any playing time tonight. However, like you said, Booneville is talent-laden. Matter of fact, they're so talent-laden that Hootens has picked Booneville as being the #1 team for AAA West.
And, of course, the Bearcats, according to Hootens Football Magazine, are ranked 3rd overall, I believe, in AAA in Arkansas. So everybody expects a lot from the Bearcats this year, and I think they'll deliver, buddy. The co-captains are on the field right down below us for Mena. Bearcats just coming onto the field, the Purple Cats. Number 30 is one of those co-captains, Nick Pate, 6 foot, 200-pound senior. And number 12, Cole Brown, the split end on offense. He's 5'11", 157, and those will be the co-captains for the Mena Bearcats tonight.
You know, Larry, the Mena Bearcats also come into this season with high expectations. You know, last year they finished a disappointing 3-7, but they played some really great ball games. This year they have a bona fide burner in the backfield. They've got a tailback this year that is just definitely turning some heads. His name is Mason Johnson. Tailback, he's got 4.5 speed. Not only has he got 4.5 speed, Larry, this young man has got good size. He kind of reminds me, size-wise, of David Hicks did back several years ago. About 6 foot, 185 pounds, deceiving speed. This young man can cover some ground. They've also got a quarterback back. That's his name is Bates, who broke his arm last year in the Prescott game as a sophomore, who also has very good speed, loves to run the football. Mena's going to run the I formation, run some option out of that, try to get Bates out in the open, and try to get that offense churning.
Well, the Bearcats are poised to come in, buddy, from their end zone through the human pipeline that's parted just a bit. A good number of Bearcat faithful have made the trek down here on South 71 tonight from Booneville. And we've got a good representation of fans who indeed give to the mantra, we love the Cats, and that's a sign we're looking at right now
That is
across
true.
the way.
And we do. The captains for the Bearcats are number 65, and that's Ron Wells. And along with him is number 40, and that is Brad Riles, who starts at nose guard for the Booneville defense. Ron Wells is a tackle for the Booneville Bearcats on offense.
Seems like only yesterday we were trying to wipe that foggy ice off the press box window at Shiloh Christian, doesn't it?
That wasn't a pleasant experience. However, the hopes are high. It's my favorite time of the year. You don't even have to ask me that.
That and election time. I love elections.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is the time of the year. Football season, Friday nights. That's what it's all about.
And of course, Bearcat football is simulcast again this year. Cool 104.7 KRBK Booneville Fort Smith, and you can watch the replay tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock over Booneville Community Link Channel 2. And before we go any further, hail, the gang's all here. The same crew, or motley crew, from last year, including, but not limited to, Stacy the Haircut McCulloch, and the man who's responsible for that, Jason the Barber Rodats, who's manning the, what is that thing, video effects mixer. This is going to look good tonight. I'm going to tell him. It's really going to look good.
Stacy has done a great job.
Oh.
And you guys are just going to have to watch this tomorrow because Stacy, he's got to be an electrical genius because this
you can give him
contraption.
You can give him a couple of screws and he'll make a whole studio.
That is true. He's done a great job, folks. This is going to be exciting. And Larry, let's see here. The toss has taken place, and Mena has won the toss. However, they have deferred until the second half. That means Booneville is going to receive. Booneville will be the field here at Mena runs north and south. And Mena
which is north and which is south?
Well, that's going to be to the north, and that's going to be the south. And it's running right and left on your radio dial.
This is your left, this is your right.
That's correct. Booneville will be defending that north goal.
Bearcats yet to come onto the field. We're just a few minutes away at most from kickoff. Here they come. 2004 edition of the Booneville Bearcats. Onto the field they come, decked out in the white jerseys, the gold sparkling helmets, and the gold pants with the purple and gold trim. A snazzy-looking bunch of Bearcats. And here come the Mena Bearcats in that ominous black, and red.
You know, Larry, there has been some great matchups over the years between these two Bearcat football teams. I can remember, back, I'm not going to tell you the year, but shortly after I graduated high school out of Booneville, being able to go by and watch Booneville play the Bearcats, and there always seems to be a great matchup. They seem to be suited to play each other early. It's a good chance for a good test against two good teams with tradition, kind of a rivalry. I mean, they're two Bearcat teams, so what the heck. And nice place to play. Great field, good-looking campus. Boys, I tell you what, Friday night football, Mena, Arkansas.
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
Anywhere in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And it all starts in earnest, folks, tonight. There have been some other games the week, the Hooten Classic games. I don't even know how they turned out. You and I were talking about that on the way down. Some of the matchups were not too intriguing, not nearly as intriguing as they've been in past years.
Not in the past. Well, some of them in the past have been just barn burners.
Bearcats spread it out across the 45-yard line, the up men, and they're going to...
Looks like we're going to have Pate, number 30, is going to be the kicker for the Mena Bearcats. He has the ball teed at the 40-yard line. Is going to be kicking into the waiting arms of number 20, I believe who it is, for the Bearcats.
Jeremy McDonald, 19, is back there on one side, too, buddy. Here's the kick. The hand goes down. The foot comes up, folks. Let's see. The hand's down. Here's the foot. There it goes. High, end over end. Trailing off to the right. Fielded at the 12 by McDonald. He fakes the handoff, and he's going to be corralled way back at the 12 or 13-yard line. Not much of a return, maybe a yard, if any.
Well, Jeremy McDonald didn't take too long to meet his cohort on the other side, Mason Johnson from the Mena Bearcats. As Mason Johnson was the young man who was down early on that tackle, so Booneville doesn't even...
Buddy, they give him forward progress near the 15-yard line. So that's where they stopped him, and that's where the Cats will put it in play 1st and 10 from there on this initial drive.
So great kick and great coverage that time by the Mena Bearcats. We're going to call it the 14-yard line of Booneville. Booneville starts in a hole.
Derek Davis back at quarterback for the Bearcats. A year under his belt of experience. McDonald is in motion. Davis keeps the football.
Looks like
No,
Daniel Shaw. Looks
Daniel
like Shaw on the
right.
carry, the
He didn't look
fullback.
like he'd been injured there. Once again, sleight of hand at the line of scrimmage by Derek Davis, who does it so well.
The
First
Booneville
man
offensive
through,
line
the
does such
fullback.
a great job on that blocking up there. There's a big hole.
That's 9 yards for Daniel Shaw.
It's a close enough for a first down. It looks like. At least they're going to measure for it, Larry.
Second down, 1 yard to go, actually less than a yard, but I don't know. You're right. They are going to bring the chains
They are going to
over.
bring the chains out there. That's Daniel Shaw. You know, we'd heard some rumors about that young man having some pulled muscle either in his groin or his leg.
He got it.
He did get it. First
That's
and
a
10.
10-yard jaunt out of the gate for
He didn't
Daniel
look like he had a
Shaw.
pulled muscle there
Oh,
by
he
any
didn't.
means.
So the Bearcats, one play from scrimmage, they get their first down of the year in this game. They'll go with the wideout number 45, Andrew Springer to the left, the lone wideout on this particular formation. Derek Davis under center. He's going to give it to Jeremy McDonald. Jeremy stretches forward, might have gotten the 25, and that should be just about back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second down and 10 from the Bearcat 25.
Looks like a little misdirection that play that time. It, obviously, from what we've seen the last couple of times that Jeremy McDonald's been involved with the football, Mena is going to key on that young man. They've got his number. He wears 19, and they know it. They know he's very good. And so far, they've kind of had his number. So no gain for Jeremy McDonald.
Tight formation, Bearcats. Motion is McDonald. Derek Davis gives it to Shaw. First man through, spinning up to about the 29-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4. And we're going to call it third and about 6, buddy, from there with 10:37 left in the first quarter, counting. No gain, and the Mena Bearcats are massive. They've got several
They have a big
goodly
defensive,
sized young men.
big defensive line. They have a couple of over 6-footers. If I take a look, 6'3", 285. A couple of their tackles are. That time Shaw is going to carry out. The ball is now spotted at about the 28-yard line of Booneville. Third down 6.
Cats have a man wide right. Here comes the motion back, number 20. There's the opener, 14, Derek Davis. Keeps the football up near first down territory. I believe he got it, buddy. He's over the 35. He needed to get just near the 35 for the first down, unless they brought it back, though, on the spot, so let's hold it.
Larry, what happened that time is Davis ran a lead option to the left side that time. You know how good Booneville is as far as an option team. Wing T, good option team, and Derek Davis, a great option quarterback. However, the flag is going to nullify that gain.
We do have a flag, and it's going to be stepped off against the Bearcats.
It's a legal motion charged against the Bearcats, so nullify that first down run.
Purple Cats go back 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. That's going to leave them with a third, and looks like about 11 from there, buddy.
That's not a place the Bearcats are very comfortable running out of. Third and 11 is a tough situation for a wing T offense that's primarily is 99% run. And we're going to spread out the field a little bit.
Springer goes wide right. Derek Davis, tight formation, up under center. Davis is going to keep the football, and they're all over him. Keying on Derek Davis, the quarterback, lucky to get across the 26-yard line, buddy.
Well,
That's
Larry,
only going to be a couple of yards at most, and it's going to bring up, what, a fourth down for the Bearcats and about 9, possibly 10 yards left.
Looks
9
like
yards left.
looks like 4th and 9. The ball is at the 26-yard line of Booneville. That time they ran a misdirection, what appeared to be a fake handback with 2 misdirection fakes, and then Davis kept the ball himself. Give credit to the Mena defense. Mena defense smelled it out and kept Davis bottled up.
Derek Davis drops back into deep punt formation. He'll take the football at the 15-yard line, strike it somewhere around the 19 or 20. The snap is a little off the mark. High end-over-end kick, fielded at the 33, back to the 40, back to the 45-yard line, number 21, Nathan Fox. And the Mena Bearcats, the Red Cats, are going to have excellent field position to start their 2004 season at their own 45-yard line.
And down on punt coverage that time, in on the tackle, number 20, Curtis Christian, along with number 54, and that's Corey Carter. I see Corey Carter about every time I go into the grocery store. He has to kind of hit me up. So good job, Corey.
Set the backfield. DJ Bates is a quarterback. Mason Johnston, the tailback. Nick Pate, the running back.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of Mena. Good
High
field
formation.
position. Ball's on the ground.
And I believe the Bearcats have it. Let's see the penalty flag, though.
Booneville's got the ball.
And there wasn't a penalty flag. It was just marking the fumble. So the Cats have the ball back. Mena, first play from scrimmage, turns it over. Boy, you hate to see that
And that's
starting out
number
the new year.
57, Tony Davis, defensively. He plays defensive tackle, by the way, for the Booneville Bearcats. Comes up with a big play. First snap for the Mena Bearcats, ends up on the ground errant. And Tony Davis just jumps on the ball. 1st and 10. Great field position now for the Booneville Bearcats. Crossed into Mena Bearcat territory. It looks like the 44-yard line of Mena.
Springer and Bolliard are wide right, dual wide outs. McDonald in motion. Derek Davis keeps it, finds the seam, but it closes quickly, the hole, and he's dragging a
Still
couple
running
of
hard.
Red Cat defenders with him up near the 41-yard line. They're going to give him progress to the 41, buddy. That'll be a pickup of 3 yards. 2nd and 7 for the Booneville Cats.
Offensively, our set that time, Larry, was twins to the right side. We had 2 receivers to the right, quite a ways out, spreading that offensive line and defense as well apart. And then that time we had Davis run a little lead option himself, get that defense spread out, and he kind of looks for creases. Good enough for 4 yards, 3 or 4 yards, 2nd down.
Dual wides again to the right. Springer farthest out. Derek Davis, lone running back behind. There's a pass, a look in, complete to the 40, the 35, down to the 32-yard line. 45, Andrew Springer on the receiving end, buddy. Just a little look in pass, complete, and it's going to go for a 1st down. That'll move the chains down to the 33-yard line of the Mena Bearcats. 1st and 10, Booneville.
Nice, safe pass, wides to the right with a block out in front. You know, you see colleges run that play a lot on that spread type offense.
Almost impossible to defend.
It's very difficult. It's very safe. It's almost a lateral pass, but the ball is thrown almost parallel to the line of scrimmage. Great job. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line, Mena.
Derek Davis sets his offense. There's the snap. Davis keeps the football, going to be drawn. He tries to get rid of it and almost intercepted. Derek Davis was in the grasp of a tackler and tried to shuffle the pass off, and that was almost pickpocketed.
Larry, that was tough right there. Davis, again, was trying to run that kind of like a little naked off of that handback. We've run that handback so long and have been so successful at it, he kind of tries to run a naked off of it. And so far, Mena has just had somebody on Davis all night long, and he doesn't even get a chance to come out of the backfield. And I believe it was number 36, Aaron Marshall, who almost picked that ball off.
2nd and 10, Bearcats, 7:45 left in the 1st quarter.
Shaw.
Daniel Shaw up the middle for about 6 yards.
Golly, Shaw's like a battering ram.
He's a bull, isn't he?
Who does
Inside the 30 to the 29. Who does he look like?
That's what I was going to ask you. Who does he look like? Who does he remind you of?
Let me think back. Some of
you don't have to think back very far, at least for the one I think about. Alan Ray.
Alan Ray. Gator Ray.
Because he's quick. He's not only big and strong, physical. He's quick. Shaw is quick.
3rd down, 5. No, they're going to give him 4. I think it's 3rd and 6. That's what they marked it on the board. Bearcats come to the line of scrimmage. Lone wide out to the right. Hash mark to the far side of the field. In motion, Jeremy McDonald. Derek Davis gives it coming back this way to number 20. That's Curtis Christian, and he is nailed. Number 86 and number 73. Let's check it out. A great play by a couple of heads-up players for the Mena Bearcats.
Larry, so far the thing that has been killing us on offense is the defensive line of Mena's penetration. They're not content with just standing up at the line of scrimmage and then peeling off a block. Those young men are getting inside. They're getting penetration, and it's giving us a lot of fits because we're not getting our timing down. So many times that we've seen in this drive alone.
Matt Hill made the stop along with, number 73, Chris Arrett.
Haven't been able to get the handoff back.
4th down, 12. Derek Davis from the shotgun, firing over the middle, and
that's
it's trapped.
That's going to be close. That's going to be close.
I think he trapped it, didn't he? No, they give him the. They gave him the reception. I want to see that one on the replay tomorrow, guys.
Larry, they're going to have to measure.
Run a slow motion on it.
They're going to have to measure that. That is close. Great play. A rollout. You know, one of the nice things about getting Davis in a rollout, he's not a real tall young man.
Well, that was close.
But he's quick, got great feet, good vision, and better vision if he rolls out.
They're going to measure, and this is an important measurement, as all of them are. But this is your last down. You don't get it, you run out.
And he didn't get it by foot.
The Mena Bearcats have held the line at their own 24-yard line, and they'll take it over again from there with 6:11 left in the 1st quarter. No score from Mena.
That was a valiant effort, though.
It was.
Great strategy, great play. Nice route and a good throw. Threw the ball. Davis threw the ball right where it had to be, low. Nobody was going to intercept that ball. However, Mena does have the ball over on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Michael Wood is wide out for the Mena Bearcats. High formation behind the quarterback. Number 3, the quarterback, hands it off to the first man through. That's Bates to the fullback. Mason Johnson, the tailback, 6 foot, 180-pound senior. And he's going to pick up 2, buddy. That's all. 2nd and 8.
In on that tackle for Booneville is number 40, Brad Riles, along with, look like number 8, Anthony Tillery, coming up off that pack. Mena runs the I formation. Nothing fancy. I formation, fullback, tailback. And that time it was just a power play, just a rotate, handoff right up to the right-hand side at number 4 hole. Right
Cole
side.
Brown, wide right. Deep pitch, late pitch, nailed inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Bearcats of Booneville read that one all the way. Number 8 on the receiving end of the handoff, Mason Johnston, but he's nailed for a loss. How many? 4 or 5 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd and 15, we'll call it, from the 19.
Mena tried to run
20.
a counter option that time out of the I formation. Deep pitch to the halfback. However, number 14 for Booneville, Derek Davis, defensively made a great play and made that tackle
Michael
for loss.
Wood wide left, Clay Knighton wide right, dual splits. Quarterback looking, firing deep down the sideline and throws it away.
Throws it away.
Well, DJ Bates had nowhere to go with it. Excellent coverage in the secondary for the Purple Cats.
You know what I like about that defensively? Lots of pressure on the quarterback. Lots of coverage in the secondary. Can't beat that. Hard to throw a ball on that. Not bad. Booneville did a great job that time on defensive coverage against that pass, and it was a spread offense type pass.
This ball game has belonged to the defenses, ladies and gentlemen. 4th and 13 for Mena. They're going to have to kick it away from their own 5-yard line with 4:51 left in the quarter and no score.
And it looks like we have number 20 back, and that's going to be Curtis Christian back trying to return this. He's the lone back to receive this punt. Little knuckler.
Number 30 gets it away, Nick Pate. It's going to be excellent field position for the Bearcats. It's going to be downed at the 50-yard line by number 41 of Mena, Jake Heald, 5'11", 157-pound junior. Bearcats are going to come back in, try to get it in the end zone, buddy, on their, 3rd possession of the first quarter.
Kind of reminds you a little bit of one of those boxing matches.
There's a hairdo you need, buddy.
So much for that train of thought.
And here's another one.
And there's another one, huh?
Red and black hair, some of these youngsters. That's what you call getting with it, getting into the season.
That's right. Shaw right up the middle. Great tackle that time.
Daniel Shaw pops it across the line, and he's going to pick up. They're going to mark his knee down just inside the outside the 45, 46-yard line. Shaw moves the football to a pickup of 4, 2nd and 6.
Well,
Bearcats in no hurry.
He amazes me how quickly
Great
he gets to the
football
line.
play.
He is so quick in those first couple of steps. Shaw was past the line of scrimmage before we even knew he had the ball. 2nd 6, Booneville, ball at the 45-yard line of Mena.
Tight formation, lone back behind the quarterback. Jeremy McDonald takes the handoff from his motion play and gets
Ball's
it
on the ground.
Mena has it and is advancing the football all the way back to the Booneville Bearcat 44-yard line. I don't know whether that was picked up off the ground or snatched out of the arms of the running back.
Well, number 12 was the young man who did it. That's Cole Brown for the Mena Bearcats. And what looked to be a drive getting started for the Booneville Bearcats has now turned into great field position for the Mena Bearcats. The ball is spotted at the 45.
Best field position the Red Cats have had all night. They've got 3:57 to work with on the clock in the first quarter. And this has been a defensive struggle. You wouldn't have expected that. For some reason, I wasn't expecting a defensive ball game, but it's exactly what it's been. Far from over, but these defenses have played hard-nosed tonight. There's the handoff.
Oh, good defense right there.
Inside the 45-yard line, down to about the 44, perhaps the 43, number 30 on the carry. That's Nick Pate, the running back, 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's a hoss.
Looked like
12th grader.
Derek Davis, and along with Tony Davis in on that tackle for Booneville. And
Nick Pate picks up a yard, buddy.
Yeah.
2nd and 9, hash mark to the near side. Mena comes out of the huddle. They've got a wide out right down here below us, right almost on the line, the sideline. There's quarterback Bates. He keeps the football, drives it straight ahead. DJ Bates, 6'1", 180-pound quarterback. He's a junior. And he's going to pick up a couple of yards at the most. Give him one, buddy. We're going to call it 3rd and 8 from the Bearcat 42-yard line.
Jacob King, I believe, was a young man from his defensive end position that time who made that tackle for the Bearcats. Bates, quarterback for the Mena Bearcats, running that option. We were told earlier that he's quite an option quarterback himself, and they run a lot of offense that focuses on that.
Brandon Maxey is wide right, 2 wide outs to the left. Bates wants to throw, retreating. Now he's going to come running up the sideline, 40, 35, and knocked out of bounds at the Booneville 35. Number 14, Derek Davis stopped him, buddy.
Derek Davis did stop him, and he drove him out of bounds hard, but not until he got enough for a first down.
Well, that was a good play. I don't think it was drawn up like that. He looked like he wanted to throw the football, retreated deep in his own backfield, and rolled out right and found an opening and took full advantage of it.
Well, we finally got to see a display of his quickness.
To the 32.
The quarterback Bates for Mena shot out of there like a gun and got down the sideline and got that first down. Great
in
field
Booneville
position.
territory at the 32-yard line. Here comes Mena. Dual wides to the left. Well, there's a jump off the line by one of the Mena Bearcats, number 67. Couldn't contain himself.
Yeah.
Brandon Gortmiller, 6'2", 254, and when he gets going, you can't stop him.
You know, yeah, he's pretty good size. You know, that's not all bad. I mean, he just jumped off. Folks at home, there was nobody moved on the offense except for that young man. One thing as a coach, it aggravates you. However, you know one thing. He's wanting to hit
That's
somebody.
Right. It's going to cost them 5, 1st and 15. For Mena, they're going to go with dual wideouts this time. Number 22, Michael Wood, is wide left, and number 2, Clay Knighton, is wide right. I formation. Bates hands it to 8, Matt Johnston, or Mason Johnston, pardon me, and Mason may get back most of those yards that were lost on the penalty. He's going to get about, where are they going to mark it? He's going to get about 4 up.
They're marking it at the 36-yard line of
36.
Booneville. It's going to end up being a 2nd down and 13.
So he only gets 2, actually.
I'm trying to see who was in on that tackle for the Bearcats. I thought it was number 50. Derek Davis, number 14.
Cole Brown, number 12, wide left. Number 2, Clay Knighton, wide right.
2nd, 13, Mena.
DJ Bates wants to throw, looking, being flushed out. There's the pass. It's deep, incomplete. Beautifully defended by Jeremy McDonald, intended for number 12, Cole Brown. And I think that's a pretty strong arm by a kid who's on the run. Bates was running for his life and hoisted that ball 30, 35 yards in the air.
Bates, I tell you, Bates, the quarterback that time, rolling out, like you said, was running for his life. Cole Brown could have helped him out a little bit. He didn't run back. When Bates got in trouble, was rolling hard under extreme pressure from the Bearcats, Bates just settled with standing around with Jeremy McDonald. He should have come back.
Let's look for another throw here, buddy, on a 3rd and 13. They may fool us, but ideal for throwing. Only a lone back. Bates rolling left, looking. Wants to turn up, straighten his shoulders, fires. He's got his man, I believe. Knocked out of bounds inside the 25 at the Booneville Bearcat 24-yard line. That young man went almost directly to the first down stick. That's good coaching and good instruction or learning on part of the receiver, buddy.
He knew where to go, and Bates, the quarterback, did a great job being patient there.
It's still going to be 4th and a yard, though. I thought he went out right at the marker. But
the Booneville defense was giving adequate pressure. Bates just did a great job in being patient and waiting until the last second until his receiver cleared over on the sideline. Good play by the Mena Bearcats, unfortunately, for the Booneville Bearcats. And it'll be 4th and 1 at the Bearcat Booneville 25-yard line.
Here it is. Handoff goes to Johnston. He's got the touchdown. Mason Johnston all the way. A quick hitter on the right side of the line. And, buddy, it's an adage that's overused, but you could have driven a Peterbilt through the hole in that line.
That was a big hole. There wasn't really any misdirection involved in that. It was just a handoff.
24 yards.
Offensive line of Mena did a great job clearing that hole out. And like you said, a pass. So many times Mena had success throwing the ball. How often have you seen this where the pass sets up a running game that seems to be non-existent? All of a sudden, a couple of good passes, a couple of good-looking plays in the passing game, and now the running game opens up.
That score comes at 53 seconds of the first quarter, 6-0, and the extra point is up
good.
and good. And the score, 7-0. Mena leads Booneville. We'll be back after these messages. From Mena, Arkansas, the Mena Bearcats have drawn first blood. 24-yard touchdown run by number 8, Mason Johnston. Extra point good by Pate. It's 7-0. Mena leads Booneville with 53 seconds left in the first quarter. And just to reassure the Booneville fans, the Bearcats have looked good tonight. They've shot themselves in the foot a couple of times, buddy, with mistakes on offense, and that one mistake, big one on defense there. There's the kick. It's short, end over end, fielded at the 24, 25-yard line. Yardage is tough, but it's out over the 32-yard line, and that's where the Bearcats, now they're standing at the 30. Well,
Curtis Christian, number 20, on the return that time. A little second effort that time by Curtis Christian. Gets the ball up to the 30-yard line. So Booneville will set up shop for their possession at the 30-yard line of Booneville. Springer, number 45, coming wide to the left.
Here come the Cats, going with the one wide out formation. Derek Davis, Daniel Shaw, Jeremy McDonald in the backfield. There's number 20's
Curtis Christian's got some
Curtis
room.
Christian makes heck of a run up past the 40-yard line in Mena Bearcat territory.
That's one of the things about the Booneville offense, that potent wing T offense they run. All it takes is one defensive mistake, and there's some yards gained. That time, that yardage is going to be gained out, looks like, to about 10, 20, 30, about 35 yards on the carry that time by Curtis Christian. And there is a Mena Bearcat that is on the ground holding his knee at the 30-yard line.
Guys, want to take a timeout here? Okay, we'll take a timeout for this message. Be back. Number 52, the center on offense, Rhodey Strother, 6'2", 265, being assisted to the sidelines. Let's hope that injury's minor. He's limping, though. Can't put a lot of weight on the injured ankle.
First and 10, Booneville from the 35-yard line of Mena. And that's going to be Shaw again.
Daniel Shaw run over the first, completely ran over the first would-be tackler, gets it inside the 25, down to the Mena 24. And I tell you what, that score on behalf of Mena served no purpose other than to rile the Booneville Bearcats up.
It seems like it's riled the offense up by all means. Daniel Shaw is just right now, he's just bowling over people, which we knew he could do that. I think I had erroneous information that he had a pulled hamstring or a pulled groin muscle.
That was planted. The press planted it.
That
for
media,
Mena's benefit.
That media, you know how that.
Yeah, the media is the liberal media.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line of Mena.
Andrew Springer wide left. Derek Davis at quarterback. Number 20, Curtis
McDonald.
McDonald has it. Into the secondary down to the 11-yard line. Off the right side of the line. Jeremy McDonald. First and 10, Booneville. Back-to-back, buddy.
Little
Overland.
Crossbuck that time. Misdirection play. Looks like it's going left.
They're going to mark his knee back at the 14-yard line, though.
Great hole opens up on the right side with that pull block, and I believe that was Wells out in front making that good block. And there's an official timeout, but it's going to be just for a shoe being tied back on. And as we look, it was enough for a first down at the, what'd you say, the 13?
It's the 13, 14-yard line. It initially looked like he got down to about the 11, but they said his knee hit back at the 13, we'll call it. First and 10, Booneville from there. 2 seconds left in the first quarter. Mena leads at 7-0, but Booneville knocking at the door.
And they let the time run out in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Mena 7, Booneville nothing. We'll be back after these messages. Football, Booneville Bearcat football. Cool 104.7 KRBK, Booneville, Fort Smith. Watch the replay tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and see what Stacy and Jason have wrought. Look at that.
You can listen to Cool and you can be cool when you watch it tomorrow. We might get a shot of Stacy. We need a shot.
I want to sign you up, man. I want to sign you up.
I'm a Segway pro. Here we go.
I was a Safeway pro once. I bagged groceries.
Booneville has a first and 10 at the 14-yard line of Mena as we start the second period. Booneville driving. Daniel Shaw and the offense of Booneville seem to be fired up.
Daniel Shaw takes his station to fullback directly behind Derek Davis. Wouldn't be surprised to see him get it. And he gets it inside the 10, rolling inside the 10. They're going to mark him down back at the 11 or thereabouts.
But, Larry, there's flags on the play, and I'm going to tell you, I believe it's going to be illegal motion against the Bearcats.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Let's take a look. Nope, it's offside against. How wrong could I have
There
been?
you go.
How wrong could I be?
Well,
It's offsides against the Mena Bearcats.
You don't want me to get into that, do you?
No, I don't.
Discussing the specifics of it.
No, not at all. So it's offside against the Mena Bearcats, and that takes the ball down inside the 10-yard line of Mena. Booneville now looking at a 1st and 5 inside the 10-yard line of Mena. They can get a first down at about the
From the 9.
4-yard line.
Derek Davis crouches under center, rolling left, turns it up.
He's got it.
Touchdown. Derek Davis into the end zone. Beautifully run option play.
Well,
absolutely beautiful.
I love that lead option. One of the things we're looking at is this style of a defense on Mena and this offense of Booneville. Both of them are quick. This is fun to watch, guys. Both of them are quick. Derek Davis is very quick. I'm very impressed with the quickness of Mena's defense. However, they over-pursued, and Davis saw that lane. Their over-pursuit created a lane on the inside. Davis running that lead option and cuts up inside and makes that gain for a touchdown. Daniel Shaw looks like he is on. Isn't that right?
I think it's Daniel Shaw to attempt the point after the snap. Down, up, good. It looks like. Wait a minute. It is good.
It is not Daniel Shaw. It's Wayne Pack,
Wayne
number
Pack.
75.
Pardon me. I was looking. I knew it had a 5 on the right side.
Right.
So, Wayne Pack kicks the extra point. The score comes at 11:52 of quarter number 2.
And
extra point, good. And Mr. Wayne Pack back from land. Wayne had a good year last year.
Yes, he did. That's going to be exciting.
Takes up where he left off.
It's going to be exciting watching these young men after watching them so much last year and get to see them, kind of.
He takes up exactly where he left off.
Exactly. Kind of watch them pad their abilities and showcase their football skills here.
So the Bearcats have answered that touchdown back at the end of the first quarter from Mason Johnston of Mena. They've tied it up on the 9-yard TD run from Derek Davis. And Wayne Pack's extra point knots it at 7 with 11:52 left in the second quarter.
You know, that's pretty impressive to be scored on like that. You know, a team could deflate, be a little bit, especially away from home as we are. Booneville got fired up. That offense came out. They were churning. They were red. They were upset about it. Did a great job. Looks like lining up to kick the football, or kick the football off, should I say, for the Bearcats is going to be number 90. This is a familiar name, Andrew Haney.
At the 40-yard line. You can see a lot better if you're not looking through that glass, you know.
Yeah.
But you have to be a midget to see out the window.
I can look through it. I have no trouble at all. Here we go. Andrew Haney. I know.
Oh, you're not that
inside choke.
Short, buddy.
Here we go.
Andrew Haney from the 40-yard line.
Deep for Mena is number 21, and that young man
There's
is Nathan Fox.
Kind of a liner down the right sideline. Fielded at the 14. Back to the 20.
Oh, ball's loose.
The 20.
Ball's on the ground.
Let's see who got it. Jason predicts wisely.
Mena
Way
did
to go,
get it
Jason.
back.
Are you looking at a monitor screen?
Okay. Mena got it back.
Your brother called it.
I'll tell you what, that was quite a lick.
Jeff called it.
If Jeff upstairs could tell me who
Is
made
he a
that
barber
lick,
too?
I'd appreciate it.
Is Jeff a barber too? Jeff the baby barber wrote that.
On the return that time, Mena brings the ball up, just past the 25-yard line, and one of the Booneville defenders, which I apologize, I didn't get the number, just waylaid the Mena ball carrier. Ball came loose, and unfortunately
that would
for
be
Booneville,
the 26-yard line. Tight formation from the hash mark to the near side with lone wideouts on either side of the football. Number 3, DJ Bates, has gone the distance tonight for the Mena Bearcats.
Bates just changed the play at the line of
somebody
scrimmage.
jumps. There's the flags. 2 of them now thrown late. The last one came in late. 75 looked like he jumped over, but he could have been the guy on the other side. I didn't get his number.
Little inexperience that time from the Mena Bearcats showing up.
That was Chase Bush.
Bates went to the line of scrimmage, didn't like the defense or looked at the defense, and he changed the play at the line of scrimmage. However, it looked like the 2 tackles didn't get the message, and they jumped off sides on the snap count.
Hey, listen to this. Chase, the 2 tackles, now that you've mentioned, I'll tell you after this play. This is amazing. Meat on the hoof is the way I'd describe it.
1st and 15. The ball is at the 20-yard line of Mena. First and 15, Mena Bearcats.
DJ Bates out of the rocking chair. Gives it to the running back, Mason Johnston. Slides out of bounds with a little help from his friend, and his friend happens to be number 8 from Booneville.
Anthony Tillery.
Anthony Tillery. Maybe he wouldn't call him a friend.
Tillery from his linebacker position. I believe he's playing left linebacker.
I'm going to tell you something, buddy. Those two tackles, Chase Bush, 75, Sean Curry, 76. Bush goes 6'3", 285. Curry goes 6'3", 334.
You're trying to tell me they're big, aren't you?
Well, they'll average over 300 pounds.
They're big old boys. Those are what you call those bookends? I'm sure you would.
Yep. I wouldn't want to get sandwiched between
No, I
them.
wouldn't either. Second and 15 now for
We
the
got
Bearcats.
a way wide out to the right. DJ Bates trailing, pitches it back.
Oh,
Johnston
good
is going to
play.
be nailed way back inside the 15. That play just didn't work from the get-go. Too late getting it started, buddy. Too late reading it.
And that's number 60 for the Booneville Bearcats on defense that comes up and gets penetration. That's Jacob King. He gets penetration from his defensive end position. And Mena tried to run an option play with a deep pitch off of that I option. I can really
Took too long to materialize.
I don't
the play
like
did.
that deep pitch off that.
I
I
tell
know
you
it
what,
works sometimes.
you've heard with all the hurricanes in the news now, you've heard about that surge that comes in.
Yep.
He saw a surge.
Yes, he did. And he saw it from Jacob King. And the resulting loss puts the ball all the way back to the 15-yard line of Mena. Mena's facing now a third and about 22. Long ways.
Bates wants to throw.
A quarterback draw.
But he keeps it, and he gets all the way back to the 15, about the line of scrimmage, so that doesn't work. 4th down and 21. They're going to have to kick it away at the 10-minute mark.
He ran the
first
quarterback.
half.
He set back and did his count, ran the quarterback draw, and did a great job on it. But Brad Riles, number 40, had him wrapped up before he almost could get to the line of scrimmage. And then number 8, Anthony Tillery, from his linebacker position, just savored the opportunity to just drill him. And that's exactly what happened. Timothy just put a hat on him.
Nick Pates back to kick it. Number 30.
And deep back for Booneville looks like, again, number 20, and that's Curtis Christian.
Nick Pate, P-A-T-E. A high snap almost into the end zone. Gets it away, though. Great recovery by the punter. Nick Pate fielded it. It looks like the Bearcats of Mena have it at the Mena 48-yard line. What a break. What a break for Mena.
Oh, my gosh. Well, Curtis Christian acted like he wasn't confident in what he was going to do. He kind of halfway waved his arm like he was going to go for a fair catch. He mistimed the ball as it was coming down, and he had to make a really extreme reach out there to get to it, and he just didn't make contact with the football.
The center snap, buddy, was very nearly snapped over the head of Nick Pate.
And now,
brilliant recovery to get the punt off, and then a great break on the end of it for the Mena Bearcats. 1st and 10 from the Mena 48. DJ Bates, Mena out of the I formation. Bates wants to throw. He's looking. Firing, incomplete, in and out of the hands of number 84. I tell you, Kyle Rowland is going to think about that all night. 6'2", 266-pound tight end.
Well, that was a great play, great conceived play, and set up very well. Booneville's defense was nowhere to be found. The tight end rolls out from underneath, looks like play action. Defense sucks in on it. The tight end rolls out into the flat, and there was nobody.
The mistake the quarterback made was hitting the receiver in the hands.
He did. He hit him right where he's supposed to. You know, the quarterback laid the ball out there to where his hands were where he touched it. He could have kept on running, but he just didn't make the
Dual
didn't make
wideouts. To the right. To the left. DJ Bates reads the defense. He looks the line over. From the 47 in Mena territory, Bates, deep pitch, Mason Johnston, 45, back to the 47, up to the 48, perhaps the 49. There'll be a pickup of a yard, maybe 2. 3rd down, and we're going to call it 8, buddy.
And Anthony Tillery is the young man who's back there that makes the tackle, should I say trips him up. Boy, Anthony Tillery's been all over the field tonight. He's fired up about playing this football game.
It's a pretty good Mena football team, buddy.
It's better than what I've seen in the past. I mean, they've had some good ball teams, but they're quick. I really love their quickness, and quickness will take you a long way in football.
They're going to beat some people this year. That's my prediction, and it may. I hope it doesn't start tonight.
3rd down and 9. Ball at the 40. What would we call that? 48-yard line of Mena.
DJ Bates drops back, looking, firing deep. He wants it all, but overthrown. I guess the ball was intended.
Looks like 22, the young
number
man.
22, you're right. Down the right sideline. Michael Wood. If it's number 22, 6 foot, 162-pound speedster. He's a junior.
And looked like
Stops the clock at 8:10.
Jake Bulliard, number 23, one of the young men back there on the defensive coverage.
Nick Pate's going to drop back to kick it again, buddy. Nick Pate.
Nick Pate.
If your last name is Pate and you had a son, I'd be tempted to name him Nate Pate.
Okay.
Would you?
Okay. I hadn't thought
But
about
Nick,
it.
they go with Nick.
That's true.
High snap again. Nick reaches up, drags it down. Wobbly kick. Looks like a knuckler from Phil Necro in years gone by. Picked up on the run at the 18 and up to the 25.
Well, I tell you, Curtis Christian. Yeah, Curtis Christian's got ice water running through those veins. Curtis struggled with the punt return just a moment ago. It resulted in a fumble and a turnover. That time, he takes the ball on a precarious bounce, and he didn't even think twice about it. He picked it up on the bounce under, pretty good defensive pressure and went up the sideline for an additional 5 yards. So that's good thing. 25-yard line of Booneville. Booneville sets up shop. And there's 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. The score is tied here in Mena, Arkansas. Booneville 7, Mena 7.
Bearcats go with a lone wide to the left, hash mark to the near sides where they'll snap it from. Derek Davis hands it off to Curtis Christian around the left side of the line, up to the 40, the 45, up to the 48, and finally nailed from behind. 1st and 10, Booneville from their own 48.
Well, I'll tell you, Larry, it appears to me that Mena is focusing on Jeremy McDonald. They're just kind of keying on him. I don't know if that's something they worked on during the course of the week, because what that has done is that has taken an open Curtis Christian up. Curtis is running basically the same plays that Jeremy McDonald is, but Curtis is wide open on that little misdirection. Nobody there to cover him, and he gets out on the corner and makes great gains. He carried that ball all the way down to the 47-yard line of Booneville. Now it's 1st and 10.
Move the spot over to the hash mark on the far side now. Bearcats have a lot of field down in front of us. On the wide side, looks like a miscombobulation on the snap. Derek Davis just wraps it up and falls to the turf with it. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. 7:25 and counting. In the second quarter, we're all knotted at 7 in Mena.
Larry, that must have been the case. He must have bobbled that snap.
I think he did. Just fell on it.
Which is a good idea. Don't try to make something happen that's not there.
Might have lost a half a yard on the play. We're going to call it 2nd and 10 still. I think it's closer to 10 than it is 11. Bearcats go with dual wideouts to the right side. In the slot is McDonald, I believe, and he's going to get it. Jeremy McDonald up to the 50,
got some room
the 45,
now.
The 40, still hauling. Down to the 36-yard line, Jeremy McDonald.
Larry, that's going to be 10. That looks like it's going to be about an 18-yard gain that time by Jeremy McDonald. Nice play, nice run. Jeremy McDonald was met at about the 45-yard line of Mena and broke a tackle, just kind of left him sitting there.
Well, they'll start the clock. Again, 6:45. Bearcats, this is their kind of football, buddy, to eat the clock up, like lots of yardage on 1st and 2nd downs, try to stay out of deep 3rd and 4th down situations.
1st and 10, Booneville inside Mena territory at the 38-yard line of Mena.
Daniel Shaw, the fullback. Derek Davis gives
Curtis
it to
Christian
Curtis
wide
Christian
open.
at the 30, at the
And
25.
He could
He's
score.
gonna go!
Touchdown.
Touchdown! Curtis.
Nope, they got him at the 1.
Holy cow, come on.
I thought that he had dove into the end zone.
Come
Great
on.
play.
They nailed him. It was a touchdown? Knee went down at the wall. I want a replay. Back that thing up. Let me see a replay.
It was close. Valiant
I want
effort that
slow
time.
motion.
Curtis Christian, when he gets his wheels underneath him, he saw daylight, and he was not going to be denied.
Well, I'll tell you what. Premature call. I'm sorry. It's tough to see it from this vantage point in the coffin corner over there. But I thought he was in. But the old knee went down.
Mena.
The knee looked like it buckled a little bit. We're going to take a break? All right, let's take a break. Be back in a moment. From a half a mile away where we are, it looked like he scored. But then what do we know? The referees, the officials are right on it. But it looked like his left leg buckled just a little bit.
I will have to admit, they've got a better vantage point than what we
Slightly,
do.
slightly.
So I assume that they know what they're doing down there. However,
hey, I'm going to be really hot if we fumble the ball away here.
It's 1st and goal at the 1-yard line of Mena.
Derek Davis. There's a flag on the play. Touchdown. Was it Curtis Christian
again?
It was
Curtis Christian
took
the
we
ball
got
in for a touchdown, but there's a flag.
Yeah.
Motion against Booneville.
They're going to take it back to the 6-yard line now and call it 1st and goal. Well, we've had for the most part, a defensive struggle tonight. Bearcats of Booneville have moved the football effectively tonight,
Very
buddy,
effectively.
but something always happens on at least on a couple of drives to nip it in the bud, as your old buddy Barney Fife used to say. Only one of those drives has stayed true to form. It was a 9-yard touchdown run in the beginning of the second quarter by Derek Davis that tied the game ultimately on Wayne Pack's point after at 7. Bearcats are working on a 1st and goal from the 6-yard line now in Mena territory after the 5-yard motion penalty. Here they come. Long count. Handoff is going to be nailed immediately.
Daniel Shaw.
They read Daniel beautifully. That the Mena front line did beautifully on that play. It's going to be a 3rd down, buddy.
Little isolation play that time, and Daniel Shaw was met at the line of scrimmage. Actually, the down box has it a 2nd down, Larry. 2nd down and goal at the.
You're right.
At the 7.
2nd and goal from the 7. He lost another yard.
Yeah, at the 7-yard line. So that, boy, the motion penalty, especially when you're on the 1-yard line, actually less than the 1-yard line when the motion penalty was assessed.
Andrew Springer comes wide right. He's way right, too, on single coverage.
And there
the
goes
handoff,
McDonald.
Right side, Jeremy McDonald gets in. Touchdown. Late signal from the official, but he's in.
I admire the patience that time, Larry. He was going to make sure that the officials.
I didn't want to be wrong twice in a row. That's never happened. Never happened.
I admire the patience on that. Larry just sat here cool as Cool Hand Luke, waiting for the official to throw his arms up.
That's a 7-yard touchdown run.
Little misdirection
Jeremy
play.
McDonald.
Jeremy McDonald on that crossbuck on the right side. Good blocking on the offensive line. And
This
Wayne
one comes,
Pack.
buddy, at 5:33. Wayne Pack is out to attempt the point after. The snap. Bad snap. Pack picks. Oh, it's going to be botched. Forget about it. Snap. The fumble on the snap effectively takes the chance with a point after away, and the score remains Booneville 13, Mena 7. We'll be back after this. We're back. Bearcat Stadium in Mena. That's right. We have one in South Arkansas, or further south in Booneville, and that's the one we're at tonight. Mena Bearcats hosting the Booneville Bearcats. Bearcats have just scored to go up 13-7. Kickoff.
Haney on the kickoff.
Andrew Haney, end over end, fielded at the 15, back to the 25. Now the
number
30,
2. He's got room.
35, 40, down the sidelines, up to the 45, the 48-yard line. That's Clay Knighton, 5'9", 183, and he can move it, buddy, when he gets open.
And it looks like Levi Luter, number 25 for the Bearcats, finally getting him corralled. And that was kind of a lightning strike there. That young man got some openings and took it. Carries the ball all the way down, but they're going to bring it back. No, I didn't see that.
I saw it. They said he stepped out of bounds,
Okay.
It looks like, back at the 26 or 36-yard line.
That was an impressive run.
First and 10.
To be called back all the way to the 36-yard line.
Maybe it was impressive in part because he went out of bounds and came back in.
That could have been the case.
From the 36-yard line, 1st and 10 Mena, trailing 13-7. 5 minutes and change left in the second quarter. Bates hands the ball off to Johnston, it looks like, over the 35 to about the 36. That may be a yard, buddy, at the most.
About a yard on the carry. Not much. Good Booneville defense. Booneville's always quick, always strong on defense. It's a pleasure to watch them. You know, you were talking about the size of the Mena's offensive line. You know, we can't let Booneville's offensive line off the hook either. They have some size also. And 2 bookends on that being Matt Moats, who you know very well.
Matt, good kid.
Matt Moats, a huge young man, 6'4", 265, and Ron Wells at 6'1", 335 for the Booneville offense. 2nd down, 10.
E.J. Bates, deep pitch. Mason Johnston, 35, wants to get outside, can't turn the corner. Knocked out at the 39-yard line. They want a penalty, these Mena fans, for a late hit. Wasn't there, though. Didn't look like. Nothing intentional, surely.
Johnson runs the ball out of bounds, and let's see what they give him. He's going to get it
37-yard line, it looks like, isn't it?
So that's only a yard gain. He ran a quarter of a mile to get a yard gain on that.
3rd down, 9.
You know, the sidelines are your 12th man, and that's exactly what the Booneville defense did. They used that 12th man. They strung it out and just made him run lateral, and by the time he got it turned up, he was out of bounds.
Michael Wood drifts out wide right for Mena. And number 2, Clay Knighton, is wide out, not nearly as wide as Wood, to the left.
3rd and 9, and flags on the play.
We've got a
Dead
flag
ball.
before the snap. Somebody line up offside.
It could be. That's what initially, most of the time, that's what it is. And that's what it is. It's offside against the Bearcats.
Booneville.
Somebody lined up over the football.
That's what you call 5 easy yards. And it's before the snap, dead ball, and it's going to make it 3rd and now about 4, buddy, which is better than 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a big difference. You know, when you're a coach on the sideline looking at your playbook, there's a lot more for this right here. 3rd and 4 looks a lot better. Ball is at the 42-yard line of Mena. 3rd and 4.
DJ Bates, the snap, he wants to throw, rolling out to his left, firing, incomplete, and the receiver turned the wrong way. But Bates was throwing to the sideline, and his receiver turned infield, buddy, or upfield.
And it
For the middle of the field, that's number 2, Clay Knighton, and a little bit of a mix-up. If Knighton had run the pattern correctly, it looks to me like he had a chance to catch that football.
Probably turned the wrong way. Also, it probably had something to do with the fact that Andrew Springer, number 45, was back there in good, strong coverage. However, it does bring up a 4th down, and Mena is punting the football.
This is a short one.
I think Boone will just get away from that.
The 30 rolls inside the 25 down to the 23, and that's where Mena will down the ball. Booneville will have it, 1st and 10 from their own 23 with 4:17 left in the second quarter. 13-7, Booneville leads Mena. And it has been a tough game, folks.
Been a good ball game. The first good ball game always is a good first ball game when you schedule Mena. You know, Coach Rippey has got to be pleased with his defensive effort. With the exception of the touchdown run that Mena has made, Booneville has done a great job defensively. The offense has looked good, has had signs of greatness, but has made some mistakes. And if you're going to do that, do it non-conference, do it at the beginning of the year.
Get it out of your system.
1st and 10 Booneville at the 23-yard line of Booneville.
Hash mark to the far side. Derek Davis, Curtis Christian in motion. Davis is going to keep it, turns it upfield. He's up to the 30,
Still
beyond
running.
the 30, up to about the 32. He's going to be about a yard shy from here, it looks like, of the 1st down. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 1 for the Booneville Bearcats, leading at 13-7 at Mena tonight.
That was kind of an interesting play. There's an official timeout. Interesting play that time. Davis, the quarterback, looked like he was running a midline option, and he kind of fell in behind Shaw and just kind of hid behind him.
We're going to keep it here.
Okay. Anyway, he got in behind Shaw.
We'll catch up at halftime.
Kind of got in behind him, and he was hit going down the sideline, and the Mena defense didn't even see him. They couldn't even kind of get him out of the fray, so he got about call that an 8-yard gain. 2nd down 2.
Andrew Springer is wide right for Booneville. The only wide out, Derek Davis. Gonna give it to
McDonald. Great
Jeremy
run.
McDonald up past the 40, 41, 42-yard line. Jeremy McDonald keeps the clock moving after they move the chains, of course.
And take a look down there as who sprung those guys. And number 77 is popping up down there as the offensive lineman. That's old Matt Moats. Looks like along with number 75. And that's going to be Wayne Pack.
Bearcats taking their time. They've got plenty of time to hang another one up there before they go to the locker room at halftime.
1st
Long
and 10.
back. Shaw behind the quarterback. And Curtis Christian gets the call up to about the 49-yard line of Booneville.
That's going to be another 8-yard gain by Curtis Christian. A little cross buck that time to the left side. And another Mena Bearcat is on the ground, Larry. Mena looks like they're getting tired.
They do. I was going to remark on that, and it looks like the Bearcats are taking it to them with that running game and beginning to tell. Let's take a timeout here for this message from our sponsor. And it gets hot in this little cube. Timeout on the field, officials timeout. Another young man from Mena just getting up to applause from the crowd on both sides.
I wish I could see it. Number 36. And I'll pull him up real quickly, and that's Aaron Marshall. We've seen him make a few plays tonight.
Buddy, he can barely put any weight at all on his right foot.
Boy, I hope it's not that knee. But you're right, he's just barely putting any weight on it.
Bearcats come to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 4 with 3:15 left in the half. Booneville leads 13-7.
Ball is spotted, and let's call it the 48-yard line of Booneville. Good field position, and a drive is started by the Bearcats.
Tight formation for the Cats. Nobody wide. Derek Davis on the long
Ball's on the ground.
fumble. There's a fumble. There's the marker thrown in the line. The Mena Bearcats acting as if they've recovered, and they do. Mena recovers another Booneville miscue in Booneville territory, this time at the 48-yard line. And Mena's going to have a crack at tying this up or perhaps taking the lead before the half, buddy. They've got 2:57 left to work with, and they only have to traverse about 47 yards.
And that was Eric Holland, number 65 for the Mena Bearcats, that alertly pounced on that fumble. And, you know, it looks like we've had several times during the course of the ninth that the exchange, the quarterback-center exchange, has been a little rusty. First and 10 Mena. The ball is at the Booneville 48-yard line.
They got a wide man. Clay Knighton to the left. DJ Bates gives it to Mason Johnston. Picks his way up to the 45, just inside the 45 at about the 44 of Booneville. Bring up a second down. A pickup is about a yard and a half. Well, they've got to get more than that on first and second down. Second down, 8 to go. 2:35. The clock is moving.
Johnson was a little ginger going into that hole that time. I'm not so sure that I wouldn't be either after getting popped by that Booneville defense for the most part of the first quarter.
Out of the I formation, the Mena Bearcats come to the line. DJ Bates drops back into the pocket.
Pressure.
Flushed down and nailed back there for a loss of about 5 or 6 yards, all the way back to the Mena 49-yard line. That's going to bring up a third down, buddy, and about 15 or 16 yards to go for the first.
Looked like defensively, boy, good pressure that time by the Booneville defense. Defensive line got through there. Tony Davis, defensive tackle number 57, along with number 75, defensive tackle Wayne Pack, introduced themselves to quarterback Bates. Looks like, what, about a 4-yard loss? Is that what you said? 4 yards?
Yeah, I think it's about 3rd and 13. I overestimated it. Looked closer to 15 to me where they nailed him, but they bring it back up. 3rd and 13 from the midfield stripe, actually the 49-yard line. Bates being chased again, gets rid of the ball into the hands of a big tight end down to the Booneville 33-yard line. Number 84, Kyle Rowland, 6'2", 266, and he put the clampers on that one.
You know, Larry, that was a great play. Tight ends, you know, how many times have we seen tight ends not utilized in an offense? It's obvious
you got a tight end that big with good hands, you got to utilize it.
That is a really tough play to defend because Bates was rolling to his left while the tight end who had lined up on the right was scraping to his left, so all the momentum was coming to the left side. Hard to defend that play.
And, buddy, that's more importantly a first down to keep the drive going. 1st and 10 Mena in motion. Nick Pate to throw. DJ Bates, he intended the pass again for number 84, Kyle Rowland. Threw it as his shoestrings, though. Too low even for the big man to get down and scoop it up.
We can credit that coverage, or actually that incomplete pass probably to number 60, Jacob King, from his defensive end position, as he was applying some pretty significant pressure that time to Bates, the quarterback.
1 minute, 10 seconds left in the first half. 13-7 Booneville leads. But this has been a hard-fought one, and we expect just as much in the second half. Number 12, Cole Brown, goes wide right. Number 2, Clay Knighton, goes wide left. DJ Bates fakes the pitch back, gives it to Nick Pate. Nick Pate inside the 25 down to the 23. Nick Pate, boy, he faked the deep pitch, buddy, then handed the ball to Nick Pate, and there was some good running ahead of him down to the 23, and that's going to be close to a first down.
Little dead pitch counter that time. They've used that deep pitch all night long and then handed off to the fullback for a good run. I think we have timeout on the field. We'll take timeout for these messages.
Third down, less than a yard to go for the first, buddy, from the Booneville 24-yard line. And they need to keep this drive going, but they got 2 cracks at it from less than a yard.
Like you said, 57 seconds left, and Mena has just called a consecutive timeout here. I mean, they've called another one. The coach has gone back out in the huddle. I guess what he's wanting to do is he wants to make sure they've got 57 seconds, and you don't get the ball at the 24-yard line of Booneville every day of the week. And so he wants to come out of there with some points, and so he's going to make sure that it works.
Well, I've seen Frank Broyles, former coach for the University of Arkansas Razorbacks, punt the ball in situations like this.
24-yard line. It's going to be a third down. They actually did not get a first down, but it's only third and about a foot.
Would you say it's 2-down territory?
I would definitely say so. And again, as we stated, 57 seconds, and Mena is just now breaking the huddle.
Here they come. They're going to go with a wide out right. Michael Wood, the 6-footer. Another Clay Knighton to the left on the short side of the field. Bates gives it to Mason Johnston. He's got the first, but that's all. Oh, there's a shove from behind. A couple get into it. Clay Knighton and
like
number
Springer.
45, Andrew Springer, a little shoving match in the defensive secondary. And let's see if an official picked up on it.
Well,
if he did, he saw Andrew shove Clay, unfortunately.
You know how it always works. It's the one who retaliates most of the
Wait
time.
a minute. He shoved me first. They don't listen to that stuff. They threw it on Springer, Andrew Springer. Well, Andrew was responding to
Personal
something
foul,
that the other
Mena?
guy had done, but unfortunately the official.
Personal foul, both.
Both of them, okay, offsetting.
Offset.
Well, it's got to be like that. That's only fair, buddy.
I believe that's
and
the
if
case.
we're anything, it's fair and balanced.
That's right.
Right?
And so that is a first down. Let's take a look.
They had the first down, and the offset will keep it intact.
You're right, it is. It's going to a first down play is going to be nullified by a.
No, they're moving the chains. He got the first down. The play stands in a case like that, right? Where the penalty's offset?
Well, it was after the ball was down, I think is what it was. So
Okay.
it would be a dead ball. The ball was down, so it would be a dead ball foul. So, yeah. First and 10 at the 21-yard line of Booneville. Mena.
DJ Bates. He's one to throw it.
Under pressure.
He's under pressure. He's nailed in the
my
backfield.
goodness.
Way back to the 34-yard line. Just a great, great defensive play. You got to feel for DJ Bates because he has been, I want to nickname him the fugitive because he's been on the run all night.
Boy, he has been on the run. I think the one who initially started that mess was number 20, Curtis Christian. He actually didn't make the tackle. There was a host of Booneville Bearcats that made the tackle. But Curtis was the one that actually got through early.
We got a timeout. We'll take time for this. Folks, 33 seconds left in the first half. Mena looking at a second down and 22 yards to go from the Booneville 32-yard line. So they're going to have to come up with something. Buddy, this is where the old flea flicker comes in mighty handy.
33 seconds. They got to do something positive with this play. They'll have another one.
Bates wants to throw, being chased, fires under pressure. He's got his tight end out of the 10-yard line. He stepped out actually at the 12. Holy cow. 84, Kyle Rowland, 6'2", 266 pounds. And has he got a set of hands?
Larry,
on?
that was the same play that they scored so big on last time. That was that one. The quarterback fakes to the inside, rolls out to the left side, a good deep roll, buys him time, and that tight end scrapes across the middle in the same direction. I'll tell you, defensively, it is very difficult, especially with a tight end that size.
Just when you thought it was safe to kind of let out that breath of air that you've been holding.
26 seconds left.
At
The ball is at the
12-yard
12-yard line. 3rd and 2, Mena.
That was a 2nd and 22. They popped the big one. Bates throws. He's got the big man again at the 10. And that may be a first down, buddy.
He's going to be close.
That's
the
Kyle
clock is still
Rowland.
running. They're going to call timeout, official timeout, because they're going to measure this thing, Larry.
15 seconds left. I don't know. Does anybody been keeping up with the number of timeouts for Mena? Do they have any left tonight? They've got one left. One timeout remains for Mena. They can stop it one more time. But as you say, buddy, I believe this is an official timeout for a measurement.
It is an official because the official's calling it as he's pointing to himself right there. They're going to measure this, and Larry, this is going to be close. I think they may have gotten the first down. However, the first down's not the issue. There's 15 seconds
right.
left in this ball game.
So with a time that Mena has a timeout, effectively they could run the football once and still have time for a play and then possibly a field goal. They're working right.
Right. 1st and 10, Mena.
First down, 10 to go, first down, and goal to go, I believe. I don't think they can get another first down without scoring.
Well, let's see if they drop the chains because it's going to be close. The ball looks like it's
They can get a first down.
It's just barely outside the 10-yard line. It's like 10 yards and 6 inches.
But they don't have time to drive it, folks. 10 seconds left. Bates wants to throw. 7 seconds. Going to the big man and incomplete at the 4-yard line.
I started to say, you think they might be looking for 84, that tight end? He was locked on the whole way. But that time was good coverage. 84 is big, but he's shown that he doesn't have very good speed. He gets across the field rather slowly, and if we can just pick him up, it's not going to be that hard covering. But And he is a little shaken up on that play.
There's 5 seconds left in the first half. Time for probably, that stops the clock. They're going to try the field goal. You're right, from the 19. So that'll be a 29-yard field goal attempt. Line of scrimmage is the 12. 7-yard deep snap from the 19. 10 of the end zone. 29. It's long enough. It's good. So just as the clock runs out, the Bearcats of Mena score. Your score at the half. Booneville 13, Mena 10. Don't go anywhere, folks, except right back here after the intermission. We'll be back after these messages.
Then Tyler Ford is the place for you. With a complete selection of heavy-duty work and play trucks, a great selection of used vehicles, and a service shop to keep them running in top shape for years to come, why go anywhere else? Come see what a small-town dealer can do for you. Tyler Ford, Highway 10 West in Booneville.
We're back. Larry D. Mitchell along with Buddy Swift and the rest of the crew at halftime. 29-yard field goal off the toe of Nick Pate as the clock ran out, or time ran off the clock to end the first half, Buddy. That's where we stand, 13-10. Great football game. A lot of missed opportunities on behalf of both teams, and my good buddy, working on the stats at halftime.
I've about got it.
Working like a Turk, man. Man, I hadn't seen you go this fast since we were eating supper tonight.
Okay.
Kind of Subway.
That Subway's not bad. I've got them finished for you if you want to read them off, Larry.
All right, what do we got?
This is
Why don't I go over the
this
Booneville?
is courtesy of the great one, Parrish, Alan Parrish.
You mean Glenn Parrish?
I'm sorry, Glenn Parrish.
Or Glenn is Alan's brother, right?
That's right, Glenn Parrish. Actually, I went to school with Alan Parrish.
Booneville stats. It says that right across the top of the sheet. Booneville rushing, 23 rushes for 197 yards. They've thrown the football 3 times tonight, completing 2 for 20 yards. 217 yards of total offense for the Booneville Bearcats. Daniel Shaw, 7 carries for 32 yards. He's had a real steady first half. Jeremy McDonald, 6 totes for 50 yards. Derek Davis, the quarterback, 5 carries, 21 yards. And Curtis Christian, he's the workhorse tonight, 5 carries for 94 yards. 197 yards, Booneville rushing. Pass receiving, Andrew Springer caught one for 8 yards. Bolger, which one of the Bolger boys caught that, you know? Do you make a note of it, Jake or Jed?
No, I did not.
I think it was Jake Bolger, 1 for 12 yards, and Jed will be awfully angry with us if he happened to be the guy on the receiving end. But
that is true.
It looks like 217 yards of total offense compared to, I'm just looking at yours. I don't want to steal your thunder, but that's quite a bit more than Mena.
Well, that's
at
okay.
halftime.
That's okay. We've got Mena stats rushing. They're 19 for 29 total yards, and what's that 29 total yards includes a 24-yard TD run. Passing, they're 4 for 11 for 51 yards, 1 TD. And so what we're looking at is we're looking at about 80 yards total offense by the Mena Bearcats. And what was the total for Booneville? 197? Or no,
217.
217 total. So Booneville has dominated statistically. It's just the difference is turnovers. The breakdown on this is that Bates is 6. He's rushed 6 times for -4. Johnson has rushed 11 times for 23 yards. Pate has rushed 2 times for 10 yards. So they've just got 37 total yards rushing. Pass receiving, Wood, 1 for 12 yards, and then the tight end number is Roland. He's 3 for 39. So actually, they've got a total of about 80 yards offensively.
Well, the standout offensive player for Mena in the first half had to be the tight end, Kyle Roland, 6'2", 266, made 2 or 3 pretty good catches that kept them in the ball game and set up that field goal right before the half ran out. Where we are now.
Well, if you look
at 13 to 10.
Yeah, and if you look at it, I mean, the score shows that we have this evenly fought ball game that's taking place. But if you look statistically, the Booneville offense has marched the ball, has moved the ball up and down the field, and the Booneville defense has done a great job holding this Mena offense, in check. When you're looking at 217 versus 80 yards total, I mean, goodness, we've dominated. However, that just shows you what kind of a role that turnovers play, and we've had several of them.
Let me give you a quick scoring recap, buddy. 24-yard touchdown run by Mason Johnston with 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Broke a 0-0 deadlock. Pate kicked the point after it. Mena led at that point 7-0. The Bearcats answered. They were riled up after that score. They drove the football down the field, capping it with a 9-yard touchdown run by Derek Davis. 11:52 left in the second quarter. Wayne Pack kicked the point after it was 7-7. About 6 minutes later in the quarter, with 5:33 left, Jeremy McDonald skirted in for 7 yards. The extra point attempt went awry because of a missed snap from center to the holder, 13-7. And then Mena made an outstanding comeback on their drive, thanks in part to a couple of great catches by the big tight end, Kyle Rowland, to set up a 29-yard field goal by Nick Pate as time ran out. And that's where we are, 13 Booneville, 10 Mena. And these ball clubs are back on the field. Mena's already stretched out across the 45. They're going to be ready to receive the football, so they're going to get their hands on it first. And the Booneville Bearcats are coming out on the field, and they're going to kick it away. Now, north-south, north-south. Help me out. North-south, north-south.
Booneville's going to be kicking off to Mena. They're going to be kicking the ball to the south, to our right.
I got you.
Yeah. Kenneth Rippey has got to be fairly pleased with our defensive output. He's got to be very pleased with defense. Offense, he's got to be pleased with the fact that we can move the football, and we've blown him off the ball, and we've broken some big holes. He's got to be totally displeased with the fact that we've turned the ball over.
Yeah, the defense has been outstanding tonight for the Booneville Bearcats, buddy. 80 total yards?
Yes,
and much of that was accrued on the last drive of the first half, if you recall.
And Coach
Clearly half of it.
Coach Bunch on the other side, on the Mena Bearcat side, him being the head coach of the Mena Bearcats, he's got to be, a little disappointed with his offensive output. However, he can't fault the Mena Bearcats for not having heart, because they've done what it's taken. I mean, the scoreboard's where it counts. It doesn't matter in these total yards. We can figure these all day long and spout them out all day long, and thanks to Glenn Parrish, we get them. However, what really totals is what's on the scoreboard, and Mena's right in this ball game.
Andrew Haney, all set to kick it away for Booneville. And we're about to start the second half. There's the kick.
It's a
long one. Not very
10.
high. Fielded at the 11. All the way back to the 15.
Good
now
block.
The 20. Now the
Still on his feet.
27. Now the 40-yard line. About the 38, actually. That was number 22, wasn't it?
That's
No,
21.
Nathan Fox.
Nathan Fox. And on
who's
the tackle,
only a junior.
On the tackle's number 8, and that's Anthony Tillery. On the tackle, that young man's been all over the field tonight. He's going to be sore in the morning. Anthony Tillery has been a headhunter. There's a flag on the play line, and they're going to march that baby back on
Big
a major infraction.
Big one. Blocking the back. And it's going to carry it all the way back inside the 25, inside the 20, inside the, right at the 15. Well, he finally stopped walking. Well, he's at the 15-yard line.
Well, Larry, that penalty is going to be assessed from the point of the infraction.
Point of the infraction.
And that just makes it look that much worse because there were so many yards gained on that return after the block was made in the back. So, Mena, great break for the Booneville Bearcats. Mena is now looking at the ball at their own 13-yard line, 1st and 10.
DJ Bates has a receiver wide to the right on the short side of the field. He pitches deep. Mason Johnston, number 8, gets back to the 15, but that's all. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Mena from the 15.
Looks
45
like
on the tackle.
Springer and Davis on the tackle.
Springer and Davis make the stop for the Booneville Bearcats. Great pursuit.
Well, I like the way they pursue. The Booneville defense is coached very well. It's a linebacker-oriented defense. However, they are all anxious at the opportunity to hit somebody in a black jersey, and they string that thing out. They push it to the sideline so well.
Number 22, Michael Wood, goes wide. No, he doesn't. Pulls it back in. They've got one wide out to the left.
It's 2nd and
DJ
7.
Bates is
Ball's on the ground.
Bearcats have it, I believe.
Yes,
they
they
do. Inside the 10 at the 9. Number 57 on the recovery for Booneville. Tony Davis, a junior. Johnny Spot on the mark. Inside the 10, heads up football, and the Bearcats will have it first and goal from the Mena 9 with a chance to put a little distance, buddy, between these two sets of
Larry,
cats.
that was just a miscommunication that time between the quarterback and the halfback, it appeared, and the ball just didn't get handed off cleanly, and it was just inadvertently on the ground. Booneville pounces on it, going to have a chance at the 8-yard line. 8-yard, make that first and goal from the 8.
Andrew Springer wide out to the left. Derek Davis under center in motion. Curtis Christian.
Breaks the
Check it,
tackle.
Jeremy McDonald, and touchdown. Derek Davis broke a couple of tackles at the line and scampered in for the score.
Derek Davis running that lead option to the right side, and Derek has the option of looking inside and looking for those seams. That time he was met in the backfield, but he's just so quick. He turned up and broke out of the grasp of that would-be defender and found that lane and went in after that untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Booneville. Boy,
Score comes at 10:59 of the third quarter, and it stretches it out to 19-10. I would be surprised to see. No, he's going to go for the kick. Coach Rippey decides to go for one.
Mena now sees what it's like to turn the ball over in your own territory as it costs them. Pack is on to kick the extra point, Wayne Pack. Holding is number 21 for Booneville, and that is Chris King.
Ball down, kick up, it looks good, and it is good. Wayne Pack is true. The score, Booneville 20, Mena 10, and we'll be back after these messages. Touchdown run by the quarterback Derek Davis, breaking a couple of tackles at the line of scrimmage. Good power running from the quarterback. He scores at 10:59 of the third quarter. So after the fumble, buddy, the Bearcats of Booneville take advantage of it, and it takes them 1 minute, 1 second to put another 7 points on the board.
Well, that's the way to put a dagger in the heart. Don't mess around. Just get the points when they give them to you, and that's exactly what Booneville did. Haney now kicking the ball off for Booneville. Little squib ball. It looks like it might. Nope. Mena's going to pick it up, and immediately hit is number 32 from Mena. Mena picks the ball up and tries to get a little yardage on it. That is Brandon Maxey.
Up at the 32, 33-yard line.
Looks like we've got
the line of scrimmage. Pretty good field position for Mena on the short kick from Booneville, buddy.
It was just kind of a squib. I thought they were going to be intent on just letting the ball go out of bounds. However, that young man from Mena decided he wanted to return it. The ball is returned up to, like you said, about the 33-yard line of Mena. Somebody was a little shaken up on the Booneville sideline over there. I didn't catch the number. Okay, here we go. I formation, Mena.
DJ Bates out of the quarterback slot. He's gone the distance. Kind of hand it off to Mason Johnston. Nothing up the middle. Comes to the left side up to the 38, 39-yard line. So he's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards, buddy, but that's not where that play was designed to run.
Looks like Davis that time, number 14, in on the tackle. Also, it looked like Tobler Turner, I think, is with the young man that was in on that tackle with him.
Bearcats pretty well jamming it up along the line of scrimmage. They're making these running backs for Mena stretch it out on the sideline.
And they're doing a great job. That's just like on that play right there. Springer that time just turned up, actually went past him and made him turn up into the grasp of the other defenders. Second down and 5, Mena at the, looks like 38-yard line of Mena. Oh, in the backfield. Number 57 for Booneville. That's going to be Tony Davis. I mean, through the line of scrimmage, and he has the ball carrier almost before he gets the ball in his hands.
Who was it, Johnston on the carry again, or was it the quarterback?
It looked like Johnson. It was Johnson on the carry, and it was Davis on the tackle, and it's going to be a 2-yard loss. So now it's going to be, let's call it third and 7. Third and
7 to go.
6,
I'll go with that. I'll give you a second on that 7-yard.
All right, and the ball is at the 37-yard line of Mena.
Under 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Lone wide out to the left on the short side of the field. Hash mark on the near side. Bates wants to throw it, but he's throwing from almost picked off by Derek Davis, intended for the big tight end. Once again, Kyle Rowland, the intended target, and it's not as though he's not big enough to see.
That play to the right side that Mena run is not unlike the play to the left. It's not as effective, though, because the tight end comes off. He's playing the tight end on the right side, number 84, Rowland is, and he has to step out, kind of make a stagger, and then run to his right. He doesn't have as much room to run for the ball, and the right side is not as effective.
4th and 6, way up. Boy, Nick Pate had to go high again, and he gets a wobbler off that goes about as high as it does in length. Gets a good roll, though, past the 50 down to the Booneville Bearcat 46-yard line. I don't know. There has to be something done about the snapping from center on punts. Jiminy.
I tell you,
that's the third time tonight that he's made that Pate's made a wonderful play just to keep the ball in play.
It was unbelievable play that he even got it off.
I thought for sure that one was over his head.
So Booneville now, after the high, wobbly, very short distance punt that was forced, has a 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Well, the only thing that punt had going for it was hang time.
Yeah, it did, and that it actually got out of the backfield. 1st and 10 Booneville, 47 of Booneville. The time, there's 9:23 remaining in the third quarter. Booneville still leading this ball game.
Daniel Shaw behind the quarterback. Derek Davis under center. The snap. Somebody jumped. I thought somebody in black did, but might have been drawn off.
I believe they went on a double count, and I think that Mena is going to be signaled for offside. We'll have to take a look here.
If so, the Bearcats are going to be looking at a 5-yard. And it's going to bring up a 1st and 5 rather than 1st and 10. They'll get the play over.
Well, I tell you, offensively, if you'll go up there and just run that ball on down or on one snap count, and just run it over and over and over, you can almost automatically get 5 yards on those guys. Double that snap count up, and here they come.
Andrew Springer comes wide right for Booneville. Daniel Shaw, the lone back behind Derek Davis. In the slot on either side, Christian and McDonald. Derek Davis keeps it, scampers down inside the 50, down to the 46-yard line in Mena territory. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and a yard, maybe 2, buddy. I don't know. Through a 9:07 left in the third quarter. Let's call it 2nd and 3. That's closer to it. The pickup would be 2 yards for Davis.
We'll call it the 48-yard line of Mena. That time, Davis ran a little naked to the right side. He runs like he's going to run that cross buck to the left. Even the linemen pull and go to the left. All the momentum's going to the left, and he just kind of sneaks out to the right, hoping the defense went with him, and they did that time. 2nd down 3, Booneville.
There's the snap. Curtis Christian's in motion. He's the trailing back. Davis turns it upfield. 40. Spinning inside the 35, down to the 34, Derek Davis. That's some nifty running. And Mr. Derek Davis looks like he's in about 3rd or 4th game form already on opening night.
That's going to be a nice 13, 14-yard gain that time for Mr. Davis.
It'll move the chains. Hey, what more do you want?
Lead option to the right side that time. That lead option is actually to the left side. That he ended up coming to the right. That lead option is such a productive play for Davis. He's so quick and shifting. He sees the field so well. He actually starts off to his left. And as he's going to his left, of course, the defensive pursuit tends to follow that way, and he has such a knack of being able to come back against it. Good enough for a 1st down. Ball at the 35-yard line of Mena.
Derek Davis, there's a timeout, official's timeout. That's an equipment timeout. One of the Mena defensive secondary players is doing something with his helmet.
I'll tell you somebody that Davis reminds me of somewhat, and that's Brandon Rowland. Brandon Rowland could run that option, that veer play so well. He could run the lead option really well like that. And it's just his ability to see the field. He runs with his head up. He doesn't get focused on one area. He lets the field tell him what he needs to do, and when he sees an opening, he takes it. And that was just indicative of that right there. Great job.
Well, running with your head up, buddy, is probably the better choice when faced with the... Oh, there goes 24 for the Bearcats. Pick a number up. Tobler Turner. Tobler got a lot of action last year, and he made a pretty good run there.
Tobler's in that right halfback spot now for Curtis Christian, who Christian had a breakout first half, and that's going to be close to a 1st down. He's going to be about a yard short, so it's going to be 2nd down and a yard, maybe less than a yard.
On the 26-yard line.
26-yard line. Little crossbuck play to the left side to Tobler Turner that time.
9-yard pickup for Tobler Turner. Hash mark to the far side. They're about a mile away from us, buddy. You need binoculars.
The older I get, the more I need something.
Daniel Shaw. And I believe Shaw's got the 1st and 10. That'll move the chains.
They've kind of, in this second half, they've kind of limited the carries. Actually, that's the first time I think Shaw's carried the ball in the second half. We're 7:14 remaining in the third period, and that's the first time Shaw's touched it.
This is Bearcat football on Cool 104.7 KRBK. Booneville, Fort Smith. Watch it tomorrow, folks, at 10 a.m. That's Saturday morning. The replay tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to see this absolutely wonderful video broadcast.
It is enough for a first down. 1st and 10 Booneville at the Mena 22-yard line.
Here come the Cats. Derek Davis gives it to McDonald, I believe, around the right side, inside the 15, down to the 14.
I love to see those guys out in front of him blocking for him, and I'm going to name a couple of them. Number 55 for Booneville, and that's Alex Mashburn. He was down there getting in front.
Well, I actually called Jeremy Joel a couple times last year. Very reminiscent of the way that Joel McDonald used to run the football.
It's in his genetic line. And that's going to be about a 7-yard carry. We're going to call it 2nd down and 3. 6:22 remaining in the third quarter. Booneville leading 20-10.
Andrew Springer is the wide out for Booneville. They got 3 wide outs to the left side of the football. There's a play that takes some time developing, and it's going to go for not much yardage. Derek Davis on the carry. They needed 3, and Davis lost about a half a yard. Let's call it.
And that will be Dwayne Duncan.
3rd and 4. 3rd down, 4 yards to go.
Dwayne Duncan, number 51.
5 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third quarter. 20-10, Booneville in front.
Davis was running that same lead option to the left that he gained so well on a while ago. That time the Booneville Mena defense on that side caved in on him, and he had no room to operate.
Derek Davis in motion goes number 24, Tobler Turner.
Davis still on his feet.
Davis inside the 10-yard line as we see it from here. Let's see where they finally nail him.
He's going to get a first down, I believe, Larry. He's going to carry to about the 10-yard line.
Just inside the 10, buddy. It looks like at about the 9, we'll call it, and that would be a 1st and goal if it holds.
That is going to be a 1st and goal. Ball to 9. That was a midline veer. We haven't seen him run the midline veer tonight very much. We've seen that lead option more to where the quarterback just takes the snap and comes down the line of scrimmage with no mesh with the fullback. That time when there was a secure mesh with the fullback, let the defense come to him, and then he just kind of went off of his hip and got a first down, went all the way to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, Booneville.
Bearcats going to try it again. Opposite side, Tobler. Turner.
Oh, and he's endowed.
Let's see, he got upended way over on the other side of the football field.
I believe that was Dan Bullock, number 56 for the Mena Bearcats, that just had a flip in mind for him, and he flipped him upside down.
That would bring up a 2nd down and goal.
And
that brings it back outside, right back to almost exactly the 10-yard line. 2nd and goal from there for the Bearcats of Booneville.
Kind of reminded me of some of those things I saw in extreme sports, those cannonball contests that they were having off the high dive. 2nd and goal, Booneville. And that's going to be Shaw on the carry.
Daniel Shaw tries the left side, the short side of the field again, inside the 10 once again, and Daniel might have gotten down near the 5 or 6-yard line.
And he just bulled his way down there. There was nothing. There wasn't a hole there worth anything, and everything that Daniel Shaw got was just out of sheer effort.
He is at the 6-yard line, 3rd down and goal from the 6, buddy.
And Booneville's knocking.
4:08 left in the third quarter.
Offensive line for Booneville. And now Booneville is going to call a timeout, Larry.
Timeout, Booneville. Let's get some of these messages taken care of. We'll be back in just a moment. Remember, is that the Bachman-Turner overdrive?
That's Bachman-Turner overdrive.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Remember that one?
You can't beat those guys. Here
Old
we go.
Old-time rock and roll from the early 70s. Here we go.
3rd and goal.
Stretch it out. Got a man wide to the right, but I would strongly suspect they'll keep it on the ground.
Davis on a naked again.
Going to keep it. He's going to be throws at the last minute out of the end zone. Had a man wide open, but flipped it over Jeremy McDonald's head.
Jeremy McDonald was wide open. Mena was just thoroughly convinced that Davis was going to run the football. And Davis was too. Davis was too, but he found out that he run out of options at about the 6-yard line or about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, maybe Wayne Pack gets to try one. Answer that Nick Pate field goal at the end of the first half.
Pretty good defensive stand that time by the Mena Bearcats.
Yep, Wayne Pack's going to tee it up.
Actually, I think it's going to be Haney.
Is it Haney?
Yes, it is.
So Wayne Pack does the points after, and Andrew Haney does the field goal chores.
Wayne Pack being a toe style.
That'll be about a 20-yarder, buddy. It's down, it's up, it's long enough. It's no good. Off to the right. So the score remains Booneville 20, Mena 10 with 3:48 left in the third. We'll be back. We're back at Bearcat. I guess you call it Bearcat Field South. I don't know what they call it. Is that the technical name, the real name for this field? I'm going to call it that. 20-10 with 3:48 left in the third quarter. Mena dodges another bullet, buddy, and they'll put it in play at their own 20.
After that missed field goal, 1st and 10, Mena at their own 20.
DJ Bates goes to Mason Johnson. Boy, Mason's been bottled up all night long.
You know, after a couple of good hard hits in the first quarter, Johnson, I think, he's just been running tentatively back there. He's kind of looking for a hole and kind of tiptoeing, and by that time, Booneville has him swarmed up. So that's going to be no gain, maybe even a bit of a loss.
Mena Bearcats held to 80 yards of total offense in the first half, buddy, and they had made any. They probably lost that figure.
They're working on less than that right now.
Outstanding defensive effort by Booneville tonight.
Booneville has shined so far defensively, no
Dual
doubt.
wideouts to the left for DJ Bates. Looks like a pass. Let's see. Bates drops back into the pocket. He's been flushed from there all night. Launches it. Number 2, Clay Knighton. Incomplete. Andrew Springer
back there on the defense. Good coverage and bats the ball out of bounds. Makes that high, lofty pass.
Bring up a 3rd down and 10. He's going to have to put it up again, buddy. There, the ground game has effectively been shut down for Mena tonight.
And so far, the defense, after the onslaught of the tight end, they found a remedy for him. Have done a good job defensively against the pass.
I'd use that tight end a little more in short passing situations. He's big enough to bowl over some people.
Secondary's doing a very good job in the second half so far.
Dual wideouts to the left. DJ Bates has to throw. Flips it out. Gets a man in the flat up to the 30. Cuts it back into the 37-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down.
Sure
They're going to mark
is.
him at the 36. 1st and 10, Mena.
Kind of worked his way out into the flat.
Well, Mr. DJ Bates.
Bates laid it right into his hands on the run.
He managed to reach deep into that bag of tricks of his and come up with a real big play on 3rd down, buddy. 1st and 10, Mena.
Looks like Curtis Christian was the young man who pushed him out of bounds. That secondary of the Booneville Bearcats is made up of Andrew Springer, number 45. Number 23 is Jake Bolliard. Number 24 in the secondary for Booneville is Tobler Turner. And over on that far side is number 19. That's Jeremy McDonald.
DJ Bates, 41, is in motion. Bates pitches it deep. Mason Johnson
good
looking
shot.
for a hold up to
That's
the 39.
That's going to be Bolliard come up there that time and make a great play. Number 23, Jake Bolliard.
Mason Johnston gets about 1.5 yards. We'll give him 2 on it and call it second. Closer to 3. 2nd and 7. Johnston runs the football a lot better if he's got a little bit of time to get going, doesn't he?
Yes,
He's not quick off the mark.
He's not as quick as he was. He seems like like I said, he's running just a little bit tentatively. I think Bolliard's playing. Yeah, Bowyer's playing the safety position over on that left side, and boy, he came up hard, and I mean, just cut him down hard.
Second down and 7. Right and left.
Ball on the ground.
Fumble the football, picks it up, and he's going to be nailed back at the 30. Man alive, boy, I tell you what, every time Mena digs themselves out of a deep hole, they get right back in another one, and that's thanks in part to the aggressive rush of that Booneville defensive line.
Boy, Daniel Shaw came out there. He's playing linebacker position, and he evidently was on a gut. That's the only way that you're going to get back there that fast. And Daniel Shaw.
Have you noticed how many times tonight that DJ Bates, if he hasn't been outright or cleanly sacked, he's been rushed? Nearly every time he fades back into the pocket, just a little drop back, 2 or 3 steps, he has to run out of it right or left, and it becomes a rollout pass.
The only thing, you're right, the only thing he's been successful on is a rollout to his left, and it seems like he can elude the pursuit that way.
3rd and 14.
He's rolling to his left.
He's having to roll left again, fires over the middle.
Got a man.
Got his man at the 30, at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. 38 on the reception, I believe. Now, let's see. Who was it? 30.
It was number 30.
Nick Pate, just a fine catch by the running back, Nick Pate, 200-pound, 6-footer, a senior, and that very nearly went the distance, buddy.
Larry, we had just got through talking about that. The only time that he seemed to have had any time to throw the ball is when he rotates. It's a counter rotation, rotates to the left, and the counter makes a big difference because as you counter out to roll, the defensive read is immediately to the left, and then he rotates or to the right, and then he rotates to his left.
Several times tonight, that rollout hasn't been by design.
That one there was by design.
That was by design.
That was by design. First and 10, Mena at the
Wide
Booneville
left,
29.
wide right. Bates gives it to Mason Johnston up the middle of the 35. That's going to be a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards, and Mena has some rejuvenation.
Daniel Shaw from the linebacker position makes that tackle. I believe it was a counter trap that time. It looked like the motion of the entire offense going to the right, and the quarterback hands back off to the inside against the grain, back slightly to the left, just over the center.
Looked like they got a dose of Dr. Feelgood's elixir, doesn't it? Wide
well,
out
I'll
to
tell you,
the
that
right.
great play, that great pass play, it'll fire them up, and they are. Second down and 6. Ball is about at the 25-yard line of Booneville.
Play Knighton to the left. Bates wants to throw it, rolling right by design over the middle, incomplete. Threw it a little bit low at the 10-yard line, and it was intended for number 41, Jake Heald, but it was way, way shy.
Looks like coverage on that is by number 19, Jeremy McDonald. Also over there, I see number 23, Bolliard.
Stops the clock with 4
Jake
seconds left in the third quarter. Count them, buddy. 4 seconds.
4 seconds. You notice that time? Rolls to his right. What happened when he rolled to his right?
By design.
By design he did, but what happened? He was covered completely up. Defensive pressure over there was unbelievable.
And yet, if the ball had been a little higher, he had another completion out of it.
Third down.
Mark to the near side.
6 yards.
Can DJ Bates do it again under pressure? 3rd and 5. Wants to throw.
Got him open.
Got his man. I believe he stayed in bounds.
He did.
What a beautiful catch. Man, he walked the tightrope after making the catch, controlled the football no more than a quarter of an inch from the sideline. He brought both feet down.
I tell you what I would do if I was
fabulous.
Mena. I'd roll to the left every time. I'd roll the left every time until finally they adjusted for it, and then I'd break it back to the right.
That's 1st and goal, folks, from the Booneville 7 after a magnificent catch. That's the end of the third quarter. Your score, Booneville 20, Mena 10, but the Mena Bearcats are threatening, and we'll be back. Bearcats made it interesting again, buddy, with 10:54 left in this opening night game. They just scored on a 5-yard touchdown pass from DJ Bates to Michael Wood. Pate kicked a point after. Hey, it's 2017 with a little less than 11 minutes left in this one.
Larry, one of those injured players for Booneville that was on the sideline is Anthony Tillery, number 8 for the Bearcats, and he's up. They've got him up on the sideline. He's jumping up and doing kind of, just doing some jumping jacks. It appears like maybe his ankle is something that's giving him some trouble, but he's running on it right now. It wouldn't surprise me to see him back.
Pate gets the kick away. Boy, drives the receiver back into the end zone. What a boot.
Touchback.
Take it out to the 20. Bearcats will start out 1st and 10 from their 20, moving south to north, right to left, if you're listening on the radio tonight.
Larry, the other young man, you hate to announce a number that may not be right, but it appears like it might be number 55, and that's Alex Mashburn, the starting center for the Booneville Bearcats. And we'll take a look. We'll see who the center is in the offensive line right now. And it appears they are working on his knee over there. They've got him kind of set out on the sideline, and one of the coaches, trainers, is over looking at his knee.
Bearcats need to grind some yardage and take some time.
Okay, we've got a new center, and that is Brian Mena. So we do have a new center.
Bearcats are going to go with Jeremy McDonald. Breaks the first tackle, open on the sideline. He's going to get 5, 6 yards, maybe 7. Bearcats need to burn some clock here, buddy, and hopefully have it culminate with some points. 10:39 left in the game. 20-17, Booneville in front.
Little hand back to the right side. Good gain. Jeremy McDonald was fortunate on that. He was hit about 2 yards deep in the backfield, and he's sly. He can get by that first tackler so many times.
Picks
and in
up
that case
7.
He did.
2nd down. No, let's give him 6. Call it 2nd and 4.
So that injured player prop most likely is number 55, Alex Mashburn, on the sideline.
Jeremy McDonald under center, gone the distance. Derek Davis. Oh, no, somebody jumped. Everybody's confused as I am up in the booth. Derek Davis is a quarterback. I say Davis is the quarterback, McDonald is the running back.
That's correct.
McDonald.
Legal procedure is going to be assessed against the Bearcats. Well, I tell you what, when you change that offensive lineup, all you have to do is just change one person in that personnel list, and it makes changes. Things are different now than what they were. You think about the center, you don't think that's a high-profile position, but it is. It's a very high-profile position.
2nd and 9.
Touches the ball every time. Anybody who touches the ball is highly involved in that ball game. 2nd and 9.
Derek Davis going to give it to Daniel Shaw into the secondary. Shaw
bulls
picks his
his
way
way
up past the 25 to about the 27. That's going to bring up a 3rd down, I believe. And it's going to be about, what, 4 or 5 yards to go. Let's call it 3, closer to 3.
It's going to be an official's timeout for equipment.
3rd down and 2, okay.
Daniel Shaw has lost, I believe it's Shaw, has lost his cleat. 3rd down and 2. The ball, let's see, Larry, the ball is at the 28-yard line of Booneville. 3rd and 2.
Well, I said 3rd and 3, then 3rd and 2, but they've got it 3rd and 3 again now. We'll call it that. It looks closer. I'm with you. It looks like a 2-yard difference to me, but
Jeremy McDonald.
There we go.
Oh, he's wide open.
He's going to go the distance. 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown. Jeremy McDonald all the way.
That is going to be a 70-yard scamper.
That'll break your back late in a football
Boy,
game.
Jeremy McDonald
break your back at any time.
It's so explosive. Did you see how quickly he got to the line of scrimmage and then exploded past the line of scrimmage? There was nothing that the Mena defense could do. He was gone. He was in the backfield.
Score comes at 9-12. Mena has a player down on the field. Several of them have been down tonight. That score comes at 9-12 of the 4th quarter, and Wayne Pack's going to attempt the point after.
And we don't know how long that's going to take because we've got about 4 attendees from the Mena Bearcats.
Let's take a break and get a message in here. We'll be back. McDonald just rambled 70 yards around right in for a touchdown. The Bearcats have extended their lead to 26-17 over Mena. And Wayne Pack is going to attempt the point after 11 seconds left on the play clock.
Actually, it's Haney, Larry.
Andrew Haney again. Pack in the first half. Haney in the second. It's down, it's up. It's good. Well, it was a line drive, wasn't it? But it split those uprights. 27-17. Let's get another message in. We'll be back. Arkansas, Booneville Bearcats, an electrifying 70-yard run by Jeremy McDonald has put a little distance between Booneville and Mena here. 2017 game becomes a 27-17 game with 9-12 left in the 4th quarter, buddy, and Mena's going to get it back. Let's see if they charge back down the field.
Andrew Haney was the young man on that point after touchdown attempt. Maybe a little competition going on that place kicking position. Both of them capable. Both of them doing a good job. Haney approaches the football and meets the football at the 40. It's high, end over end, short to the 20.
30, 35, 40, 45, midfield. What a return over there.
My goodness.
All the way up to the Booneville Bearcat 49-yard line, and Mena has outstanding field position again, buddy.
Looks like number 19, Jeremy McDonald, and I'm trying to get the jersey number. I think it may have been Haney. It was Haney, the kicker, that was in on that tackle, along with Jeremy McDonald. And
well, they spot the football, the nose of it, right on the 50-yard stripe. So let's call it midfield, 1st and 10, Mena with 9:05 left in the opening game for both of these ball clubs. Kicking off the 2004 Arkansas AAA high school football
season.
Mena
just won't die.
They won't. It's like the thing that wouldn't leave, isn't it?
They won't go away.
DJ Bates wants to throw. A lot of time this time. Lofts it. Oh, incomplete. Jeremy McDonald on the coverage.
It was intended for number 41, which is Jake Held. And Jeremy McDonald back on coverage. We were fortunate on that. Actually, McDonald was caught kind of crossways on that, and the ball was just not thrown to where it could be caught. So now, after that incompletion, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Ball is still at the midfield stripe.
Bearcats of Mena have the football. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. They're going to flank Cole Brown out wide right. Another flanker to the left. Bates out of the pocket. Looks across the middle. Incomplete.
That was
Jeremy
a nice
McDonald
play.
on the defense.
Jeremy McDonald that time did a good job on that. There's a little crossing pattern by number 17 for the Mena Bearcats, James Willard. And Jeremy McDonald timed that very well. Just as the ball got, no, I take that back. Yeah, number 12, Cole Brown is the one that was the intended receiver.
Watch, a dangerous pass for a receiver. If you catch it, you can get your head taken completely off.
Well, in that position or that situation, Jeremy McDonald took his head off anyway, because as soon as the ball got there, he stroked him.
Number 22, Michael Wood. He caught the last touchdown pass from DJ Bates. Michael comes wide right for Mena.
3rd and 10 from the 50-yard line.
8:52 left in this one. Out of the pocket. Bates wants to throw. Gets it off. Incomplete. They trapped the football. Come up with it. 84, Kyle Rowland. 60 on the coverage for the Bearcats of Booneville. That would be Jacob King, but number 64 wasn't too convincing. He waved the football around in front of the officials' nose, saying he caught it, but clearly trapped it. Going to bring up a 4th down.
A lot of that defensive pressure, the coverage pressure anyway, was aided by the fact that Tony Davis, number 57, from his defensive tackle position, got a lot of pressure on the quarterback that time for Mena.
Well, Nick Pate drops into deep punt formation for Mena. High snap again, buddy, for the 4th time tonight. Pate fields it, gets the kickoff. No return. It's going to roll down inside the 20, down at the 16-yard line. I don't understand that. That's the 4th or 5th snap deep tonight that the ball's almost went awry.
And the snaps haven't been real clean either. They've kind of been a dying duck type of a snap back there, so I'm sure that's something Mena's going to have to be looking at all week long.
Well, Mena's only led once tonight. That was initially they scored first blood or drew first blood. It was 7-0, and since then they've been charging after Booneville. Booneville's been holding them off. 27-17, Booneville in front with 8:35 left.
Booneville breaks the huddle.
Derek Davis. Long snap count. In motion, McDonald gives it to Daniel Shaw into the secondary at about the 23-yard line.
Little isolation play, counter handoff to Shaw that time, and he's going to carry, like you said, to about the 22-yard line.
Bearcats content to keep it on the ground, chew the clock up. 8:20 left in the game. Nice little drive here. Sustain it. Make some first downs, buddy. This one's in the books.
You escape out of here with a victory.
And then, afterwards, Baskin-Robbins. And any Booneville fans who are listening, Jason Rodats will be buying immediately after the game tonight. But he's agreed to buy. If you're on your way home, stop. He'll pick up the check.
Is Jason still? Hey, better wave on Jason. He looked like he passed out.
Jeremy McDonald.
Oh!
All the way up past the 30. That'll be another first down.
That was a hand back that time to Jeremy McDonald to the right side. Found him a good crease out there with good blocking out in front. Pulling lineman out in front of him, clearing that way, kicking that defensive end out, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Ball is at the 32-yard line of Booneville. 1st and 10, 7:44 remaining. Booneville leading this ball game, 27-17.
What? You hot? It is hot in here. Where's that voice coming from?
Here we go.
He's telling us it's cool upstairs.
Booneville breaks the huddle. Twins to the left. Handoff looks like to
Jake Bolyard.
To Bolyard, number 23.
39-yard line.
24 Bolyard. That's Tobler Turner.
Tobler Turner, pardon me. Tobler Turner. I've been surprised Tobler hadn't played as much tonight as I thought he would have. Had some good games last year as a sophomore.
Take a look at that one right there. A little cross buck onto the left side, and he ends up with about 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. Ball at the 39-yard line of Booneville. 6:46 remaining in this ball game. 27-17. Booneville leads the Mena Bearcats.
Bearcats in no hurry. Leading by 10 with 6:35 left. Jeremy McDonald tries the right side. Got the first. Midfield. 45, 40, 35, 30. Touchdown. Jeremy McDonald breaks another one, folks. That's a 60-yard touchdown run.
I tell you, I sense just a little bit of fatigue on the Mena defense. They just don't have the pursuit left in them as they had early in the ball game. And
Jeremy McDonald's piling up some rushing yards.
He is exploiting that right now. They just can't make the corner on him. They can't shut that corner off on Jeremy McDonald, and it's a totally different ball game in the second half for him.
This one comes at 6:24. Hey, you don't burn much clock like that, do you?
No, but you put points on the board.
Now Pack, come on, Pack.
Wayne Pack is on to attempt the extra
Wayne
point.
Pack, the EP. Just when I get used to one, they bring the other kicker in.
Yeah, and it's, you know, the way our memories are anymore, we don't need any challenges.
Wayne Pack, oh,
It's
blocked. So,
Number 30 for the Mena Bearcats is in to block that, and that is going to be Nick Pate. That young man was the one that was hurt a while ago as they were dragging him off the field.
33-17, Booneville. Let's take a timeout for this message. First game of the year for Booneville and Mena, though. The Bearcats of Booneville are up 33-17, but they've broken it open, buddy, on the last two possessions with long touchdown runs from Jeremy McDonald. One of 70 yards, another of 60 yards.
Haney kicking that little coffin corner over there, number 35 on the return, and he keeps just returning the ball up and gets it up to about the 38-yard line. And Haney again, the kicker, he kicks the ball and he makes the tackle on the ball.
Double duty.
Double duty. However, Mena does end up with the ball at about the 38-yard line with, call it 37-yard line with great field position. First and 10, Mena. However, there's 6:18 remaining in this football game. Booneville now leads 33-17 here in Mena, Arkansas.
Bearcats of Mena have it first and 10 out of the shotgun. That's a new look tonight. Bates keeps it running out of the shotgun. He's up to the 39, maybe a yard pickup.
And here's Tillery back.
Second down and 9.
Anthony Tillery is back in the house.
First time tonight that Mena has passed from or actually ran out of the shotgun, buddy.
I'll tell
First
you,
time I've seen it.
that Tillery is a football player. He's hurt on the sidelines. As soon as they put him in, he makes the tackle. He wants a piece of somebody.
Dual wideouts to the left, a single wideout to the right for Mena. Out of the shotgun, fumble! Picked up by Bates, and he's going to have nowhere to go with it.
Finally going to be pulled down there, wrestled down.
That's very fortunate to be only about a yard loss on the play. The ball could have easily been recovered by Booneville.
Jacob King on his defensive end position makes the play. Finally gets him kind of hog-tied and steer wrestled down. It was kind of ugly, wasn't it? But it finally got him to the ground. It'd be
approaching the
9.
5-minute mark, buddy. Wow, good crowd tonight for Mena. Most of the stands over here are full on the home side, and a whole lot of folks from Booneville made the trek down here tonight.
Always good at the gate receipts. They don't like to see our football team, but they love to see our fans. Oh, that's not going to work.
Well, they snapped it to the running back instead of the quarterback, and that play fooled nobody. He's tackled inside the 30 back to 29, Mason Johnston. Now, if you want to run a play like that, you need to put a tackle back there by the quarterback.
Well,
Might fool somebody.
Jacob King was not going to be fooled. That was kind of like a little, like a wraparound draw. They'd run that shotgun. We talked about that. We hadn't seen the shotgun all night, and then they just kind of wrap it around. And
we have a timeout on the field. Officials timeout. Somebody down.
Looks like
for Mena.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go to a commercial here. We'll check it out and be right back. For Mena, Nick Pate back in deep punt formation. 4:38 and counting left in this football game. There's the snap, perfect this time.
Best snap all night for Mena.
Wobbly kick, fair caught at the 40 and then dropped, but pounced on by the Bearcats. They'll put it in play first and 10 from their own 40 with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left.
What we're going to find out, first game is typical. Regardless of what team you have, you're gonna find some things out about yourself. You're gonna find out that you need to work on some areas, and that's the way Booneville is. Booneville has had a bang up night offensively. Done a great job running the football. Has thrown the ball successfully a couple of times. Defensively, you couldn't hardly ask for anything better than what Booneville's presented tonight. But there's a few areas to work on. You know, punt returns, getting the punt returns caught, getting them returned properly, getting the return set up, and just holding on to the football. Center quarterback exchange is something to take a look at. However, overall, when you're looking at 4:28 remaining in the fourth quarter and we're leading a good Mena Bearcat team 33-17, you got to be pleased.
Bearcats come to the line of scrimmage. First and 10, Tobler turns a fumble at the line of scrimmage. Bearcats will recover it there at the 40. Was there no flag? It was just the mark. The fumble mark went in. 4:17. Bearcats just content to run that clock out. helps to be able to hold on to the football. They'll run a little bit with it.
You know, that center quarterback exchange is a science. It's something that you don't gain. You gain it by experience because, for one thing, you're not stationary when you take the snap. That center, when he is snapping the ball, he has got to be making his move to his block. And if you're not adjusting for that, then you leave the ball short. And especially if you're trying to block somebody who's big, it's hard to adjust. You may try to leave the ball short. Hand off, cross buck that time to the left side, and it looks like it's going to be Tobler Turner. Nope, it's going to be 23. It's going to be Jake Boyard on the carry for Booneville. And
they're going to mark him down at the 42, buddy. He said his knee touched. Pickup of about a yard. Third down, about 8.5.
Jake Boyard, another one of those great athletes that Booneville has on their staff.
Bearcats milking that clock now. 14 seconds left on the play clock. 3 minutes and 12 seconds left on the game clock. Springer goes wide right. In motion, Tobler Turner, deep pitch to Turner, and he's going to be nailed way back inside the 35 to the 34, bring up a fourth down. Number 26 for the Mena Bearcats, that would be Chris Rose, a 6 foot, 160-pound sophomore on the hit.
Well, right now Booneville is running in numerous players, and that's a good thing. I mean, the ball game is in hand. And we have had a number of kind of bruises and bangs tonight. Obviously, it looks like we've got one player that's still on the sideline. That's Alex Mashburn. Tillery has been hurt during the course of the night. Had several others that have come off, with some bangs and bruises. And so what we're doing is we're using the rest of our bench, and that's a good idea.
There's a timeout on the field.
Looks like we're going to have another quarterback in there.
Timeout Booneville with 2:17. Let's get another message in. We'll be back.
I think our quarterback.
2:17 left on opening night for both of these football teams. Booneville in front of Mena 33-7. Looking at a 4th and 16. The Bearcats are going to kick it away, buddy. They'll kick it from their own 22-yard line. Deep man is Clay Knighton, pardon me. For Mena, there's the kick, a left-footed job.
Actually, that kick, if I can get his
down
number,
to the 33-yard line and down there.
That's going to be number 80 on that punt, and that is Jed Bolyard, was the young man who punted that football.
Well, Mena's got 2 minutes and 9 seconds left to do something with it. They trail by 16 points.
Larry, we did get a message from the sideline in regard to Alex Mashburn, the starting center for the Booneville Bearcats, and he is just kind of sitting spread eagle over there with a towel draped around his head. And right now it looks like he's drinking Gatorade, which is not too bad, but it appears that he does have a knee. His left knee appears to be hurt. They don't know how bad. They've got him iced, and they're just gonna set him out for the rest of the game and evaluate.
Out of the shotgun formation, number 15 in at quarterback rifles the football out. That's Tate Mendoza, 6 foot, 184-pound junior in at quarterback, operating out of the shotgun. Did you see who caught the football?
I didn't see who caught it. I see who was on.
Number 2, Clay Knighton.
Brad Riles.
Catch. Boy, he threw a bullet.
Yeah, Brad Riles on the coverage. He was just trying to reach around from behind and somehow get something on the ball before it made the receiver and wasn't successful. About a 4-yard gain.
2nd and 6. 1 minute, 35 seconds and counting.
Booneville still leading 33-17.
Out of the shotgun, wants to throw it again. Boy, what a rifle. Oh, intercepted. Overthrew his receiver back to the 40. Jeremy McDonald to the 35. I believe he fumbled it at the end of that play, and let's see who got it. Now we got a man down again, an official's timeout.
It looks like Booneville's got the ball.
Mena player down at the 47-yard line, an official's timeout, and let's take another break, folks. The turnover, the pass interception by Jeremy McDonald. The Bearcats of Booneville have it. 1st and 10 from the Mena 35. They have to burn a minute and 18 seconds. Booneville does to go away with this one, buddy. Boy, I'm impressed by Mendoza's arm. He reared back and let that thing go 100 miles an hour.
I was going to say the same thing.
And it was straight as a string.
He threw a rocket that last time.
He sure did.
We've got a new quarterback and a whole new offense in. Number 21, Nathan Fox, is the quarterback for the Bearcats now.
And somebody jumps Bearcats, number 56, look like, leaned across the line. That would be Aaron Plunkett. Let's see if it's against Booneville. Actually, there were 2 or 3 guys on the line that jumped. I just happened to catch Aaron's number. He might not have been guilty, in which case I apologize.
Well, I have to apologize also. Number 21 for the Bearcats is Chris King.
Chris King
is in at quarterback for Booneville.
I know Chris.
Well, he is now officially the Bearcat quarterback.
There's the snap. He's going to hand it off to Tobler Turner. Tries the right side.
Tobler's running hard.
Boy,
breaking tackle, spinning, moving, spin moves. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. Great run.
All the way down to the 36-yard line. So
half of the Mena defense got a chance at Tobler Turner that time. He just kept spin moving to the outside and just kept breaking tackles and carried it all the way down to, let's say, the 36-yard line. So that's going to be, what, about a 4-yard gain, but what an effort to get it.
Well, old Tobler was content on what he wanted to do was burn some clock up, and he managed to do that. 43 seconds left.
Second string offense, we have number 75, looks like at left tackle now, and that's Wayne Pack on offense. 60, I can't get the last number at center.
Another penalty flag, 2 penalty flags on the play.
Tillery,
penalties.
number 8 is in at fullback now. That's a good sign. Tillery wouldn't be in at second string fullback if he wasn't in good shape and healthy.
Number 62, Kyle Robertson, in at center for
number
Booneville. And
82
it's be,
just walked in, and that's going to be
Buddy,
Alan
a lot of mistakes by these younger fellows coming in. You can understand that opening night, but a couple of penalties against the fresh Booneville players. 20 seconds left. We're under 20 now.
Greg Dobbs, number 76, is in at right tackle.
Going to hand it off to Tobler Turner, looking for daylight. Tobler
got
picks
room.
his way down the right sideline.
Still running hard.
Bashed out of bounds at about the 26, 27-yard line. 7 seconds.
Tobler Turner's making a point for giving him the football more. I'm telling you, that's a
Tobler
great
Turner had some great games last year, buddy. You recall, you and I remarked about him several times last year as a sophomore. He's a good running back.
I tell you, I am impressed with his effort. He just will not go down. He will not let them get him down. Just keeps his legs churning.
Well, the Bearcats are going to have to come up with one more play to effectively end this one. 7 seconds left on the clock. 33-17. Booneville is in control, but it wasn't easy. It didn't come easy.
Not at all, which is a good test. Need something a little hard to begin with.
This should do it.
Also see Tony Davis, number 57
Chris
in there.
King gives it to
number 8, Tillery.
Touchdown. Holy cow, with 1 second left, the Bearcats spring one.
Anthony Tillery from that fullback position. Just an isolation to the left side. Second string offense did a great job blocking up on the offensive line and sprung a hole, and Tillery took advantage of it.
What was it? How many yards did he cover?
Well, let's see where the down box was. The down box was about at the 32.
Is it the 27 they've got?
27,
it.
okay.
27-yard TD run by Tillery, and it comes at 1 second of the fourth quarter. Well, I tell you what, people may say you're running it up in the case line, but you can't put kids in there and tell them not to try to score. The running play.
Haney on to attempt the extra point. There's the snap. The hold is down, and it is a low kick and block.
No good.
No good.
1 second left. 39-17. Booneville. Let's get this message in. We'll be back.
Of course, you know Winchell's Electronics is your one-stop shop for everything electronic and accessories. But did you know that Winchell's also has a good selection of musical instruments and supplies for students and professionals alike? But wait! Winchell's is also your stop for office supplies such as ink cartridges, toner, and paper. Winchell's also is an authorized dealer for Dish Network, DirecTV, XM Radio, and Sirius Satellite Radio. Come see Daniel for all your electronic needs. Winchell's Electronics, Highway 10 West in Booneville.
Well, we're back. 1 second left on the clock, buddy. Anthony Tillery scooted in from 27 yards out. If he could have slowed up just a little inside the 5, we wouldn't have to do this kickoff. Bearcats, as it stands, going to have to kick it off one more time.
I'm going to tell you what Anthony Tillery saw. He saw
Daylight.
a goal line.
There you go.
That's what he wanted. He didn't care what was on the clock. Anthony Tillery, I am impressed. He's
39 to 17.
a football
Booneville.
player.
Got one more? Okay. There you go. No more commercial breaks. It's heaven, isn't it?
Anthony, that's true.
Well, hey,
You'll have to commend him.
Anthony knew we needed one more commercial break.
Let's see who's going to kick this thing off. Is it going to be Haney? I believe it is, number 90. And that is Mr. Andrew Haney. 1 second. So all you're going to get is a return, folks. Haney pooches it to the right side.
Fielded at the 25.
By number 12, and he's run
that's
out of
going
bounds.
to do it, folks. Booneville wins it 39 to 17. Well, the Bearcats started a little bit slow, made some mistakes, had a good test tonight for Mena, buddy. They came back in fine fashion to put it away in the second half. Let me give you a rundown of the scoring in the second half. Bearcats of Booneville led by only 13 to 10 at the half, but to start the second half, a 9-yard touchdown run by Derek Davis about a minute into the third quarter. The point after made it 20 to 10, and then a 70-yard touchdown run by Jeremy McDonald at 9:12 of the fourth quarter, 27-17 after the point. Jeremy McDonald went 60 yards then with 6:24 left in the fourth quarter. Extra point block, 33 to 17. Then right at the tail end of this one, Anthony Tillery, 27 yards. Haney missed the point after. 39 Booneville, 17 Mena. In a game that was a lot more competitive than that final score will indicate.
Well, I think what happened was at the end of the game, and you could kind of see it, you know, McDonald was kind of playing a game of cat and mouse with them, and they were just able, in lateral pursuit, to kind of get McDonald cut off during the course of the first half. In the second half, as the Mena defense began to tire some, it just gave him just that little crack that he needed, and I'll tell you what, when McDonald gets that crack,
all he needs.
Nobody's catching him. And McDonald had a bang-up second half. He just dominated in the second half. And I'll tell you, Tillery impressed me.
He did. Great game.
He impressed me a lot. As a matter of fact, he impressed me so much that when he was hurting on the sideline, I was wondering how come we weren't seeing him on the tackle. And obviously it was because he was on the sideline. The instant you put him back in, he makes a solo tackle. He had a great... There again, the Booneville Bearcats are loaded with athletes. They've got they may be a little bit small. They're not big as far as their skill positions. They got a pretty good sized offensive line. They got a good defensive line. They're not real deep. They're not real deep, and we got to avoid some of the things that we saw a little bit of tonight, and that's injuries. We have to really hope that Alex Mashburn is okay. You know, we hope that.
And folks, all you folks in Booneville that chose to listen to the broadcast without making the trip down tonight, this is a special team this year. I think they're going to prove that week in and week out. Come out to Bearcat Stadium in Booneville, Arkansas next Friday night. The Dardanelle Sand Lizards will be in town, and the Booneville Bearcats will make their home debut next Friday night against Dardanelle. 1-0, buddy, 1 down, 9 to go.
And I'm excited about this year.
And you and I have made a vow that we're not going to retire from calling football. Hey, we're here until at least we get to call a state championship winner. We're 0 for 3. That's right. Well, we won, but it wasn't on the scoreboard. See, I'm still got a burr under my
You still have a
side.
little animosity towards that.
That's about all the damage we can do here tonight, though, folks. Thanks to Jason, who's going to be handling the production for us next week. Stacy, you're off to Tulsa. Oklahoma City.
Promise
next
Keepers.
week.
That's awesome.
Have a great trip. We'll look forward to seeing you the third game of the season. That'll be where? At Mansfield? Well, let me get a schedule. 3 of the first 4 games are on the road. At Clarksville, 2 weeks from tonight. Stacy be gone. He'll be back then, Lord willing. Jason, the Barber Rodettes, will be here next week handling all the production chores. And Buddy and I, nothing happens. We'll see you,
Lord willing.
then. It's been great getting back in the fold here, huh?
It's a great time of the year. It's just a great time. It's a festive time of the year,
really
especially for Booneville. Booneville's such a great community. We were talking about that on our way up here. I just love Booneville. I love the community. I just love everything about it, and this is just a great time of the year to be a part of the Booneville community. What else can you say?
It's going to get better as it goes.
It's going to get better as it goes.
Once again, the final score tonight, opening game for both of these clubs. Booneville 39, Mena 17. For Jason, for Stacy, for Buddy, and myself. It's been a good one. You folks be with us next week at 7:20. See you then.
Bearcat football is sponsored by A1 Superstop, Big World Pharmacy, Booneville Community Hospital, Booneville Family Medical Clinic, Century 21 Fitzgerald Olson Real Estate, Community National Bank, Connie's Gifts, First Western Bank, Mazzio's Pizza, Regions Bank, Skinner Hardware, Smee Drugstore, Tyler Ford, Winchell's Electronics, and the Booneville Development Corporation. Please shop these sponsors of Bearcat football.